Pass rolling to his right. They throw it. The in route to Tanner Steck. Makes the catch. Steck dives for the pylon. Touchdown!
Up by the Nuggets and an attack. That'll go for a kill from Anastier.
Lamar looks for a block, makes a man miss at the 5. End zone touchdown. Swirls. Sets up middle. Jensen for the exclamation point kill.
30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and an 85-yard touchdown run for Landon Olsen.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on YourLiveEvent.com.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome live to Fargo, North Dakota. We're inside the cozy confines of the Fargo Dome as we get ready to bring you the Section 8 9-player football championship between the Goodridge Grygla-Chargers and the Stephen-Argyle Storm. For the Chargers, it's more than familiar territory as they look to avenge their championship loss from just 1 year ago, but this time around, it's against a different opponent, the Stephen-Argyle Storm. Hello once again, everyone. I'm Dawson Peterson, alongside our on-field color commentator, James Cardarelli, and we welcome you inside the pregame show as it's being presented to you by Solely Realty of Fosston. So for Goodridge Grygla, 8-1 overall on the season. Their only loss coming against Ottertail Central, who just won the Section 4 9-man championship in the first game of the day today. That was the very first game of the year in the section semifinals for the Chargers. They took on the Winnie-Mac Patriots, where they won 37-12. On the other side of things, for Stephen-Argyle, the Storm come into the championship game with an overall record of 7-3. On the season. Their final 2 games of the regular season, though, however, they lost both of those games. One of those to today's opponent, the Goodridge Grygla-Chargers, 37-12, and another one on the road at Park Christian, 20-14. But they beat Badger Greenbush Middle River in the section quarterfinal round, and then a good one against Kitson County Central, 32-26, to get to the championship game here today. Inside the Solely Realty of Fosston pregame show, we'll have your Border Bank of Clearbrook pregame coaches interviews, talk a little keys to the game for both of these two teams, heading into your Hugo's Family Marketplace and Hugo's Express starting lineups, all leading up to the Golf Cars Plus of Fosston opening kickoff. Section 8 9-player football championship here on 96.7 FM, KKCQ, and on YourLiveEvent.com.
Bank, we have all the tools to help you achieve financial success. This is Nick Gordon, your local ag and business banker. Are you currently looking for banking, investment, or insurance options? American Federal Bank in Ada can help. Please contact me, Carly, or McKenna today at 784-7121. American Federal Bank in Ada, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Now's the time to call the Bennett Hoagland Agency for PRF coverage. If you depend on rainfall in specific months to maximize haying and or grazing practices, then pasture, rangeland, forage. PRF is a great risk management choice for you. Sign-up deadline is December 1st. Talk with John, Wayne, or Marissa. Experience matters. The Bennett Hoagland Agency has been working with PRF for over 15 years. The Bennett Hoagland Agency, Ada and Moorhead, 1-800-784-2106. The Bennett Hoagland Agency is an equal opportunity provider.
The Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead provide great places for seniors to live. They emphasize choices, independence, and provide services as directed by residents. They're also great places to work, where employees find not only a job, but also rewarding and enjoyable experiences that contribute to the lives of others. To get more information on Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, call 218-456-2105 or log on to halsteadlivingcenter.com.
Gordon Construction of Mahnomen is a Native American-owned business proudly operating on the White Earth Indian Reservation since 1983. As a bonded general contractor, Gordon Construction provides years of experience in large, detailed, and within-budget projects. Gordon Construction is committed to the safety of its employees and the environment of its work sites. To learn more about Gordon Construction of Mahnomen, visit gcmahnomen.com or call 218-935-2191.
Welcome back inside the Solely Realty of Austin pregame show here on yourliveevent.com and on 96.7 FM KKCQ. We head down to the field with our on-field color commentator James Cardarelli with our Border Bank in Clearbrook pregame coaches interviews.
Thanks, Dawson. I'm standing here with Chargers head coach, Coach Wilewski. Coach, guys, 8-1 overall on the season. Haven't lost since week 1. Where's the confidence level of this team right now?
Well, we played Otter-Tail Central the first game of the year, and they showed us all our weaknesses, which was kind of nice. We got out of there without injuries, and we learned from all our mistakes that game, and we've been building ever since, and hopefully we can keep going.
You guys have been playing complementary football. How's practice been leading up to this championship game here?
Well, we're very balanced, and, we're just working out what we need to work on, but it's been a good practice. A lot of snow up north, so we've been in the gym a lot also, so.
You faced Stephen-Argyle in week 7. That game was for the number 1 seed, first place in the section. You went on the road. You picked up a huge victory. What can you take away from that game into this game?
Well, we have some confidence, and we know they're athletes, but they lost their quarterback the last game of the year, so they moved their fullback, and he's a dual threat now. So that's changed quite a bit. The other guy threw a lot. This guy, he runs, and then they do some option now. So we got to be ready for it.
What do you do defensively to scheme against that?
Well, we have a swarming defense. We need to just tackle low. They're ball control offense. They want to take time off the clock, so we got to, they can't get those first downs on 4th and inches.
You guys were here a year ago. A lot of key players returning on this year's team to this game. How much motivation was it to get back to this game and to finish what you guys started last year?
Took the words right out of my mouth, because that's what we're building on, and even the speech for coming out. There's not a lot to be said. We left some unfinished business here, especially with a lead at halftime, and we got to just finish the job today.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Best of luck out there.
Hey, thank you.
All right, Dawson, back to you. All right, thanks a lot, James, as that was James Cardarelli standing by with Coach John Wilewski of the Goodridge Grygla Chargers, who come in with an 8-1 overall record. And as Coach Wilewski said, their only loss on the season, the very first game of the year at Otter-Tail Central, the now Section 4 champion, who won over Border West earlier today. This is the Solely Realty of Austin pregame show, and we'll continue on with our Border Bank of Clearbrook pregame coaches interviews in 2 minutes' time on 96.7 FM KKCQ and on yourliveevent.com.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000-plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots. American Crystal Sugar Company.
Rain Care Company in Goodridge has been proudly providing sales and service to northwestern Minnesota since 1970. Licensed, bonded, and insured, call Rain Care Company today for service and installation of furnaces, air conditioners, heat pumps, hot water heat, ventilation, and sheet metal. With 84 total years of combined experience, we provide installation of rain gutters and downspouts. Rain Care Company in Goodridge proudly supports Goodridge Public Schools.
Christian Motors is proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer in Fertile. They've got a huge selection of new and used vehicles there on the lot. You can stop by and check the selection or go online to christianmotors.com or christiancarsonline.com. Your new vehicle is waiting for you at Christian Motors in Fertile. They are proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. christianmotors.com, christiancarsonline.com. Stop and see the selection today. Christian Motors of Fertile.
Performance Ag west of Borup is locally owned and operated and ready to serve the area farmer. They offer these products for the upcoming season: seed, chemicals, dry and liquid fertilizer, and application services. Stocking seed from Performance Ag, they'll provide growers with corn, soybean, sunflower, small grain, sugar beet, or other seed that you plant on your farm. Thank you for your business from Performance Ag west of Borup.
Welcome back inside the Fargo Dome this afternoon, and we're inside the Solely Realty of Fosston pregame show, getting you ready for the Section 8 9-player football championship on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com. We continue on with our Border Bank of Clearbrook pregame coaches interviews with James Cardarelli down on the field.
Thanks, Dawson. Standing here with Stephen-Argyle head coach, Coach Marcus. Coach, how's practice been leading up to this championship game here?
Well, it's been okay. It's quite a change of weather here, going from the outside to the inside. But, we can't complain. We're pretty fortunate here. We get to play in a great facility here and have a fun time.
You mentioned the change of weather. You guys have a change at quarterback as well. What's that do differently to your offense, losing your starter there in the last week?
Well, it definitely changes things a little bit, and that may actually be to our advantage a little bit here, where we've got a little different look than we have in the past here, and we certainly don't want to be without our old guy Shea here, but it does change us. Just gives us a little bit different look.
You saw Grygla-Goodridge in Week 7. They came up to your place, got the best of you there. What can you take away from that game into this game?
Well, I think the first thing is that they're very good. Once you played them, you realize how good they are, and they played very strong that night. And that might be the biggest thing to understand, that they're a strong team, and we're going to have to play at our absolute best tonight.
What's the defensive game plan to contain guys like Lewis Jones, Blake Ricklock over there, the playmakers on their team?
Well, our hope is that we can just keep the ball away from them, because they're very athletic, and they're a very strong team, and I guess our best bet is not to have them have the football.
When you guys are at your best, what does that look like for Storm football?
Well, hopefully we can slow things down a little bit here, progress the ball there, same as everybody, control the ball, and like we said, just keep it out of the hands. So they've got some very good playmakers.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Dawson, back to you.
Thanks a lot, James. James Cardarelli with the head coach of the Stephen-Argyle Storm, Ethan Marcus, as we continue on with the Border Bank of Clearbrook pregame coaches interviews. As we said, 2 losses to end the regular season for the Stephen-Argyle Storm. One of those against Goodridge Grygla, 37-12 was the final score in that one, and then they lost on the road at Park Christian, 20-14. But seemingly, even after the injury to their starting quarterback, Stephen-Argyle bouncing back and winning, of course, the first 2 games of the section playoffs against Badger Greenbush Middle River, 22-8, and then Kitson County Central, the 2-time defending section champions, 32-26. It is the Section 8 9-player football championship here on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com. We'll be back in 2 minutes' time to continue on with the Solely Realty of Fosston pregame show.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
As the seasons change, now is the time for the indoor projects with the help of Ada Building Center, LLC. Now's the time to get contractors scheduled for indoor projects and home improvements. Ada Building Center, LLC will provide the products you need. Flooring with several new styles to choose from, trim, cabinets, doors, and more. Enhance your home with indoor remodel and home improvement products from Ada Building Center, LLC, Highway 200, East Edge, Ada.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Lakes Community Co-op takes pride in providing complete customer satisfaction as they serve their local communities with the necessary products and services for farms, businesses, and individuals. Energy solutions, feed, milk, C-stores, meat market, motel, car wash, HVAC, natural gas. Visit your neighborhood Lakes Community Co-op location for them to meet your needs or learn more at lakescommunitycoop.com.
Welcome back inside the pregame show this afternoon on yourliveevent.com and on 96.7 FM KKCQ. 9 minutes away from the Golf Cars Plus of Foston opening kickoff, the Section 8 9-player football championship featuring Goodridge, Grygla, and the Stephen-Argyle Storm. We head on down to the field with our on-field color commentator, James Cardarelli. And James, like we said earlier in the pregame show, it's certainly not unfamiliar territory for Goodridge, Grygla, and same thing for Stephen-Argyle. We'll get to that in a second. But for the Chargers, coming off that loss in the section championship 1 year ago, so you can imagine, and like Coach Wilewski said, they're ready to go today.
Yeah, the term he used was unfinished business, Dawson, and that is exactly what's on the minds of the Chargers players. A lot of key players were on that team a year ago right here in the Fargo Dome. They want to finish the job and get the section championship here today.
When they played back in the regular season against Stephen-Argyle, 37-12, and Coach Ethan Marcus and Coach Wilewski alluding to it, the Storm are without their starting quarterback for today, more of a passing threat, their previous starter, and now they move to their fullback, and their starting quarterback today is Blaine Smith, who's more of a dual threat quarterback, that is. So for that Charger defense, James, what do you think is the key for them to contain Smith?
Well, they're going to have to keep their eye on him at all times. He's a dual threat. They're going to run a lot of option plays. They're going to run a lot of direct QB runs, and that's a different look from the first time they saw this team, and Coach Marcus alluded to it. First time they saw each other, it was in the cold, different weather, a little bit wet out there. We're in the dome now, so speed is a huge factor, and we'll see what Smith can do on the outside.
So on the other side of things for the Stephen-Argyle Storm defense, Goodridge, Grygla, they've got a high-powered offense in their own right with senior running backs, all seniors in the backfield, including their quarterback Blake Ricklock, and then running back Rabishko, Jones, and Nelson. So the Storm, they've got a tall task ahead of them too.
They absolutely do, and you named it. Those are the playmakers for this Chargers offense. It starts with Lewis Jones. He is their guy on the outside. Nelson will get to the outside as well. Rabishko, more of a downhill threat up the middle, and then Ricklock, he can throw it, he can run it. He's a dynamic quarterback.
Well, we'll see what happens here in game number 2 of the day, the Section 8 9-player football championship. Our first game of the day went to Otter Tail Central, defeating Border West earlier. Otter Tail Central actually beat Goodridge, Grygla for the Chargers' only loss of the season, the first game of the year. Otter Tail Central won 20-0. We're 6.5 minutes away from our Golf Cars Plus of Foston opening kickoff. When we return, we'll give you our starting lineups and continue to look ahead for championship Thursday and Friday here from the Fargo Dome. We'll be back in 2 minutes on KKCQ and yourliveevent.com.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
Hi, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. Get just the right protection at just the right price, and save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, it'll be just right. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact Jake and Shannon in East Grand Forks at 218-773-3608. Argyle and Stephen Builders is a family-owned and operated business for 35 years. We pride ourselves on our hands-on approach to customer service, as well as our flexibility when it comes to meeting with clients at any time of the day. Argyle and Stephen Builder Supply provides all your exterior and interior building needs, including offering windows from trusted brands such as Minn Kota Windows. Argyle and Stephen Builder Supply would like to wish the Stephen-Argyle football team best of luck at the section championship.
I've always been more so of a caring person, I'd say. I don't know, the care aspect and being able to make a difference in their life and help them to have as normal of a life as they can. whenever I provide care for them, I always try and like go above and beyond and like, do you need anything else? Like, can I help you do this while I'm here? And I take care of all these wonderful residents, and it's really nice having such awesome residents here. I would definitely recommend a career at Benedictine Beta.
We welcome you back inside the Fargo Dome this afternoon. I'm Dawson Peterson, bringing you your play-by-play coverage with our on-field color commentator, James Cardarelli, standing by as we take a look at some of the matchups, or at least the one game from earlier today. It was Otter Tail Central over Border West, 34-12, so Otter Tail Central advancing to the state playoffs. Some other games today on this Championship Thursday from the Fargo Dome. After this, Fertile Beltrami will be taking on Clearbrook-Gonvick for the Section 6 9-player title, and that one's going to be at approximately 4:30 on your live event, KRJB Radio and KKCQ-FM. Then the final game of the day, Ada Borup West and Mahnomen-Waubun. That game is at 7 o'clock tonight on YLE, KRJB, and KRJM, and more coverage to come tomorrow. Back down to the field with James Cardarelli, who is down there pacing the sidelines. And James, we talked about earlier, leading up to the game, all this success from the Stephen-Argyle Storm, obviously in the late 90s and into the 2000s. But this is the first section championship appearance for the Storm since 2018. So it hasn't been that long, but certainly I think we'll see some nerves from the Storm early on.
Well, you mentioned it, and just 2 years ago, this team was 1-7 on the season. So a resurgence here in the Stephen-Argyle football program, but this is a program that, with its history, is no stranger to success. In those early 2000s, a 76-game winning streak this program had. The head coach at the time was Coach Kralik. He finished his career 168-12. overall. So this is a school and a couple of towns that are used to success on the football field.
From 2015 to 2018, it was Stephen-Argyle against Kitson County Central in the section championship, and it was the Storm defeating the Bearcats all 4 of those years. And then from 2019 up until now, KCC has gotten back to the section title game in 21 and 22, and they won back-to-back years there. And then 2019, it was Warren, Alvarado, Oslo, and North Central. So who will be the king of Section 8 9-player football after today between the Stephen-Argyle Storm and the Goodridge Grygla Chargers? We'll come back with your Hugo's Family Marketplace and Hugo's Express starting lineups, as they'll have the lineups down on the field. We'll come back with those in 2 minutes on KKCQ and yourliveevent.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Evergreen and Ivy is a local Stephen, Minnesota florist delivering courteous professional service at the highest quality floral and gift items around. Their experienced designers can create floral design that will complement any occasion and meet your budget and style expectations as well. Evergreen and Ivy would like to wish the Stephen-Argyle football team the best of luck at the section championship game. Your hard work and dedication this year has been tremendous. Good luck from Evergreen and Ivy.
Welcome back. It's time for your Golf Cars Plus of Foston opening kickoff and your Hugo's Family Marketplace and Hugo's Express starting lineups here in just a little bit as we take a look at the starting offense for the Stephen-Argyle Storm. As Goodridge Grygla won the toss, they've deferred to the second half. So here is that Storm starting offense. Offensive lineman, sophomore guard number 55, Rylan Anderson. Senior center number 51 is Carson Safransky. Sophomore guard number 9, Dylan Widner. Senior tight end number 40 is Lennon Kasperwitz. Sophomore tight end number 23, Jake Carlson. Quarterback is Blaine Smith, junior, wears number 12, and the running backs, Cooper Clausen, a senior, number 33, Anders Thompson, a sophomore, number 2, and Raiden Winarovich, another sophomore, wears number 7. Defensively for Goodridge Grygla, 5-man front with Blake Ricklock, Gavin Ani, Andrew England, Donnie Johnsrud, and Owen Larson. Linebackers are Sawyer Jacobson, Carson Rabishko, and Kian Nelson, and the safety is number 1 in Lewis Jones. Those are your Hugo's Family Marketplace and Hugo's Express starting lineups this afternoon as we're all set for the Golf Cars Plus of Fosston. Opening kickoff, the Chargers kicking off to the Storm here in game number 2 of the day. Ricklock will kick off to the Storm. Golf Cars Plus of Fosston now in their off season and open by appointment only. Golf Cars Plus of Fosston. Visit them online at gcpsports.com. We are underway here in the Section 8 9-player football championship game. The Stephen-Argyle Central Storm will have it first down and 10 after the kickoff goes out of bounds on the far side of the field. So for the Goodridge Grygla Chargers, they're the top seed in Section 8 with an overall record of 8-1. Stephen-Argyle 7-3. The Storm taking the penalty and backing the Chargers up to kick off from the 35-yard line, so we will redo it. Back deep to return for the Storm is number 7, Raiden Winarovich, and number 12 in Blaine Smith. They stand back around their own 15-yard line. So, James, we got a little bit longer until the opening kickoff today.
Yeah, interesting decision here to make the kickoff longer instead of just taking the yardage after the penalty. They want to get the ball into their playmakers here, the returners.
So here's Rick Locke, puts foot to leather, and a bouncing ball out near the 25-yard line, picked up by the Storm, shifting to the 30 and to the 33-yard line. It was picked up by Raiden Winarovich. First down and 10 for the Storm. Now we're underway here in the Section 8 9-player championship game. It'll be first down and 10 officially from their own 34-yard line.
Interesting note here about this Storm team. Winarovich, a sophomore. A lot of their best playmakers are sophomores on this team. A lot of youth, a lot of talent, young talent on this Stephen-Argyle team.
So first play of the afternoon for the Storm will be first down and 10 from their own 34. Quarterback Blaine Smith stands in the shotgun, sends a man in motion in Anders Thompson. Quarterback power to Smith, who crosses the 35 and up to the 37-yard line for a gain of 3. And James, that is the backup quarterback Blaine Smith, and they said it right away in the pregame show, a dual threat in the backfield.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of direct runs just like that one. Blake Ricklock was all over it coming off the edge for the Chargers.
3-yard pickup for junior quarterback Blaine Smith makes it second down and 3 from the 38-yard line, rather 37-yard line. Just underway here, 11.5 first quarter. Smith in the shotgun, running back to his left again. A design quarterback run, takes it left side and brought down after a gain of about 1 yard. Brought down by Carson Rabishko, who hops up off the pile. And back-to-back carries for Blaine Smith makes it third down and 6.
The senior leaders, Jones was in on the tackle, Ricklock, Rabishko, all over that direct run yet again.
So they said Smith is a dual-threat quarterback. Take a look at some of those offensive players on the outside. Jake Carlson, a sophomore tight end, and Lennon Kasperwitz, a senior. This time they do send a receiver wide to the right, sophomore Anders Thompson. Smith stands in the shotgun, running back to his right, and a wingback on that side as well. Chest high snap, quarterback power, maybe an option. Puts his foot in the ground to the middle. 45-50 into Charger territory and inside the 40-yard line to the 36-yard line, and a nice pickup for Blaine Smith and Stephen-Argyle.
First 2 plays, direct run, not really going anywhere. They called the option play. Smith did a great job faking the pass, cutting it upfield for the big gain.
The option wasn't there, so he goes up the middle for a gain of 25 yards, and it's first down and 10 for Stephen-Argyle from the Chargers' 37-yard line. No score. Just underway, quarter number 1 as we approach the 10-minute mark. Receiver on the left side again is Anders Thompson. It's the same formation with Smith standing in the shotgun. Thompson goes in motion from left to right. Takes the snap, handoff to his running back, and that's the first carry of the game for number 33, Cooper Clausen, and the first carry for anybody not named Blaine Smith. It's a gain of 4.
Rick Lock yet again coming off that edge and making the tackle. He's been in on 3 tackles already.
And a lot of experience all around for Goodridge Grygla, James. We talk about the senior leadership. Obviously, these guys are playing both ways, but a lot of seniors on this Goodridge Grygla group and helping to get them to this championship game. Meanwhile, it's 2nd down and 7 for the Storm from the Charger 34. Thompson is wide to the right. Clausen, the running back, to the right side of Smith in the shotgun. Option play. This time it goes to Clausen, 35-30. Puts his head down at the 33-yard line, right near the sticks. They needed 7 yards, and he might be just a yard short, but either way, it's 3rd down and very short to go.
And that time, give Smith credit. The first option play, Larson off that edge, didn't come at him right away. He was able to cut it upfield. That time, Larson directly at Smith. He pitched it at the perfect moment for a positive gain there to the running back.
It will be a gain of 6 yards, brings up a 3rd down and 1. Football is on the Chargers' 28-yard line. If you're just joining us, no score. 9 minutes to go, first quarter. This is the opening possession of the game as well. Storm have it 3rd down and 1. Smith in the gun. 2 receivers bunched tight to the right side. Clausen to the right hip of Smith as well. Hard count. Quarterback power directly up the middle as Smith follows the center to the 25. And a gain of 3 and a late flag.
Yeah, Smith's helmet came flying off there. We'll wait the call here.
It will be a face mask against Lewis Jones of Goodridge Grygla. So the 15-yard penalty from the 25-yard line is going to move the Storm up to, will it be a 15-yard penalty or just a 5-yard face mask? No, it is 15. So all the way down to the 10-yard line. Just a short gain for the Storm, but the face mask makes it rather 1st down and 10 from the 13 is where it'll be spotted at. So a big penalty early against the Goodridge Grygla Chargers defense. 9 minutes and counting. Quarter number 1, no score. Lakes Community Cooperative and Lynn Forest Insurance Agency scoreboard. Smith in the gun. 2 receivers to the left side. It's Winorovich wide to the left. Smith awaits the snap. Chest high snap. Quarterback power. Left side. Bully ball again. Smith shakes 1 tackle at the 11-yard line and brought down at the 10 for a short gain, and it's 2nd down.
Carson Rubishko coming in, making a nice tackle. It looked like Smith was going to get out in space. Rubishko closed the gap and made a nice, strong tackle.
So 2nd down and 8 now from the 10-yard line of Goodridge Grygla. And James, another factor here to talk about, Stephen-Argyle, they're grinding the clock here early on.
Yeah, I mean, straight run plays, and this is kind of what we expected out of them with Blaine Smith in at QB. Have not looked to throw the ball at all yet.
2nd down and 8. Receivers to the right is sophomore Anders Thompson. Wingback that side as well. Smith, handoff. Clausen pushes one guy around, and then he's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and in on the stop, Andrew England, the big senior nose tackle.
5'10", 275 pounds. He clogs up the middle there, and that was a nice tackle for the big fella.
So now 3rd down and 8, and Stephen-Argyle hasn't looked to throw the football at all throughout this first quarter, and maybe in a passing situation here. 3rd down and 8, football on the 10-yard line of Goodridge Grygla. They can still get a 1st down. It would be around the 2-yard line. Smith in the shotgun. Clausen, the running back, to his right, as they have been early this afternoon. Head high snap. Tosses it right side on the option and brought down as Clausen after another short gain. And it seems like Goodridge Grygla now, they're sniffing out all the run plays, and it's 4th down and 7 after a gain of 1.
Well, the thing they did differently right there on that option play is the backside help. Kean Nelson coming up and taking care of the running back. That wasn't there that first time when they ran that option play.
So sticking more to their assignments. Usually it's the defensive end hones in on the quarterback, and that outside linebacker on the play side where it's ran takes the running back. So nicely done by the Chargers defense that time. It's 4th down and 7. Football on the Chargers 9-yard line. And our first biggest play of the game, 6:35 to go, no score, first quarter. Smith in the shotgun, wing back to either side. Man in motion from left to right is Anders Thompson, and a whistle from the back judge, and that is a delay of game. And that'll back up the Storm. So now, a face mask penalty on Goodridge. Grygla got the Storm deep into Charger territory, and now a delay of game backs them up 5, makes it 4th down and 13.
And it looks like the offense is staying out onto the field here, so this is a huge play right here already in the first quarter.
4th down and 12. Football is on the 14-yard line of Goodridge Grygla. Thompson, the receiver, to the right, and now he shifts back to the slot, and Winorovich goes into the slot, and Thompson goes wide right, I beg your pardon. Smith, shotgun snap, designed rollout to the right. He's got pressure from the backside into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Bodies hit the deck between Lewis Jones and Anders Thompson. No flags, turnover on downs, Charger football.
That's a huge stop for a Charger defense that was getting gashed here to start that drive. A lot of contact there in that end zone as Thompson hit the deck. No flag, though.
So now 1st down and 10 for Goodridge Grygla from their own 14-yard line as the defense stands tall with 6 minutes and 3 seconds to go. No score. Lakes Community Cooperative and Linfors Insurance Agency scoreboard. Thanks for joining us this afternoon on YourLiveEvent.com and 96.7 FM KKCQ. Chargers will look at their offense in a moment. Come out in the I formation with the senior quarterback Rick Locke under center. Hand off to Lewis Jones. Sidesteps a man at the 15 to the 20 and dragging a Storm defender across the 25-yard line to the 27 and a gain of 13 yards for Lewis Jones.
He's their lead back. You're going to see a lot of Lewis Jones here this afternoon in the Fargo Dome. He gets the Chargers off to a huge start.
Let's take a look at that offense for Goodridge Grygla. The big guys up front, 2 seniors and a junior with Donnie Johnsroot, Chase Manderroot, and Gavin Ani, the junior. Sophomore end is Sawyer Jacobson and Owen Larson, another sophomore. Running backs Carson Rabishko, Lewis Jones, and Kian Nelson. Goes to Jones again to the 30-yard line, and the slippery Lewis Jones nearly busted a big play. It goes for 10 yards. Back-to-back double-digit carries for Lewis Jones, and it's very close to a Mustang Seeds 1st down, and it will be just short. It's 2nd and maybe a half a yard. Senior quarterback Blake Ricklock starting. Stephen-Argyle Storm defensively with that 5-man front. Chargers to the line of scrimmage. Rabishko, the fullback, wingback on either side. Counter to the left to Kian Nelson. 40, flag flies, 45. That'll be a gain of about 10 yards, but a flag sits back on the 37-yard line, and it is holding against Goodridge Grygla. So makes it 2nd down and 20 yards after a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. James, those are some early penalties from both teams trying to clean it up here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd down and 11, actually, because it was 2nd down and 1. It's going to negate that big 1st down carry by Lewis Jones. Now, we'll see what the decision is here. They are capable of putting the football in the air with Ricklock.
And they come out looking like that. 2nd down and 11. Double twins, 2 receivers either side. Ricklock fakes the handoff, takes it himself, 30, 35, 40. Ricklock puts his head down at the 43, falling forward to the 45-yard line, and a nice gain, and that will be a 1st down for the Chargers.
Dawson, we've talked about the dual threat of Blaine Smith on the other side. Well, the Chargers have a dual threat of their own. His name is Blake Ricklock.
18-yard pickup for senior quarterback Blake Ricklock. 4.5 to go, no score here in the first quarter. Chargers up to the line of scrimmage, facing a 1st down and 10 after the 18-yard run from Ricklock. They've got it on their own 45-yard line. Lewis Jones, Kian Nelson, dots the I, and he's going to get maybe a yard after Charger defender number 51, Carson Safransky, takes him down from behind. 2nd down. And an injured player down on the field for Goodridge Grygla. And that is Lewis Jones on the 45-yard line. We'll take an injury timeout. 4:07 to go. First quarter, no score between the Chargers and the Storm on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com. We're back in 60 seconds.
Kyle Larson here for Franson Bank and Trust. We are a Farmer Mac approved lender that can offer operating lines of credit, land, equipment, and facility financing. Our lending experts understand the farm economy and climate in and around the Ada area. With a fast underwriting process and local decision making, you can save time on all farming and ag-related inquiries. Contact our Ada office today to learn more. Franson Bank and Trust, real people, real results. Member FDIC.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Welcome back out of that injury timeout here in the Fargo Dome. The Chargers facing a 2nd down and 9 on their own 46-yard line. We'll get to the injury in a moment. It was Lewis Jones coming off the field. Ricklock is under center. Play action, rolls out to the right side, lofts it for the sideline, and too tall for Kean Nelson. And Nelson a little frustrated as he was wide open, and it's incomplete. 3rd down and 9. James Cardarelli standing by down on the sideline. Has a good look at the injury. Is there any update that you can tell, James?
Right now they got Jones on the trainer's table, and they're just working that left calf, left ankle area right now. So look to be in quite some pain, could barely put any weight on it. I'll try to track down some more information and get back with his status as this game continues.
It's 3rd down and 9. Would be a big loss for the Chargers if Jones couldn't return. Meanwhile, the Chargers have Ricklock in the shotgun. Play action one way. Ricklock will take it to the 45, to the 50, and falling forward into the body of Raiden Winorovich, the sophomore safety of Stephen-Argyle, down to the 45-yard line. They needed 9. They got 9, and a Mustang Seeds 1st down.
Ricklock lowering the shoulder, winning the best of that exchange right there between him and the safety, picking up the 1st down. It was the extra effort that did it.
3 minutes and 30 seconds here left in the first quarter. Still no score. Both teams taking up long drives. Stephen-Argyle on their very first possession of the game took up almost 5 minutes time of total offense, and Goodridge Grygla looking to do the same. Ricklock, power left side. He's got space to the 45 and drugged down from behind after linebacker Blaine Smith grabbed a fistful of jersey. It's a gain of 4.
And with Jones being sidelined right now, you're going to see a lot more Blake Ricklock running the football, it appears.
Well, between Blake Ricklock, Carson Rabishko, and Kean Nelson out there, it seems as though Goodridge Grygla, I don't know if they have too much of an issue going to either of those guys. It's 2nd down and 7 on the Storm 42-yard line, and some miscommunication for the moment getting the play call in as the play clock is now inside of 10 seconds, now down to 5. Chargers up to the line of scrimmage, shotgun, 2 receivers right side, play clock running down. They get the snap off, and it's going to get by the running back in number 29 for Goodridge Grygla. It got by Carson Rabishko, and it's a huge loss, and a loss of 10. It's 3rd down and 20.
Yeah, those are the type of mistakes that you just cannot have in a championship game like this one with a lot on the line. That's a big play there. We'll see if they got a play call here for this 3rd and 20.
Some early penalties from both teams, and now a lost snap. It's 3rd down and 20. On their own 45-yard line, buck 45, first quarter, waist-high snap. Ricklock rolls out to the right side. He wants to throw, nothing there. Reverses his field back to the left. Has a lot of open green. He's going to wind up. Ricklock back across the middle. He's got a man. Caught at the 35-yard line. Finding tight end Owen Larson very close to the line to gain. It looks like it's a gain of 19 yards, but it makes it a 4th down and short.
Ricklock with the athleticism. Now you see me, now you don't. He's a magician back there. I don't know how he found his man open like that.
So now, James, you figure really no issue. The Chargers, they can pick up a 4th down and 1, right? They can go anywhere with the football with those guys in the backfield.
Absolutely. You could go to Nelson or Rabishko, or you might just give it to your quarterback here. Ricklock, have him power it through. He's going to go under center, Dawson.
Ricklock under center, Kean Nelson behind him, rather Rabishko, and it's going to be Ricklock keeping it. He crosses the 35 down to the 33-yard line, and it's a gain of 3 and another first down for Goodridge Grygla, and the long possession continues. 45 seconds to go in this first quarter. Both teams have only had the ball on offense one time, and it looks like the Chargers, they're going to take up the final 40 seconds of the half. They got this first possession, James, after forcing that turnover on downs at the 6-minute mark of this first quarter. So an impressive opening drive so far, and we'll get the quarter break here in a second. Ricklock is under center, wing back on either side. Ricklock goes play action to Rabishko, jumps, tosses it into the air. Kean Nelson comes down with it, 2 feet in bounds to the 25. That's a gain of 8 yards. With 10 seconds left to go, it'll be a second down and 2, maybe a long one. He did get out of bounds, so it will stop the clock. So
we're seeing it all from Ricklock here on this drive, Dawson. You saw him roll out, make a play with his legs. You've seen him power run. How about a jump pass?
Yeah, jump pass rolling out, too. Went to his right, tossed it up to Nelson, who comes down with it. Completions of 19 and that one for 8. It's second down and 1. And pending going out of bounds, this could be the final play of the first quarter. Still no score. I formation goes to Nelson. Outside, now back up the middle, in between the hashes inside the 25-yard line. And it looks like it is good enough for the first down. Gets 2 yards, and that'll stop the clock for the moment. After the first down carry by Kean Nelson, the final 5 seconds will roll off the first quarter. No score on the Linfors Insurance Agency and Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard between Goodridge Grygla and Stephen-Argyle. It'll be first down and 10 for the Chargers when we return in 60 seconds on 96.7 FM, KKCQ, and YourLiveEvent.com.
Get ready to immerse yourself in the heart of Goodridge at Goodridge Municipal. We're your ultimate destination for unforgettable community moments. And of course, some seriously delicious pizza. Friendly faces, joyous laughter, and a welcoming atmosphere that instantly makes you feel like you're a part of the family. Goodridge Municipal is a vibrant hub where neighbors come together to create lasting memories. Come join us in the heart of Goodridge at the Goodridge Muni.
At Goodridge School, I feel at home.
I feel loved. I feel welcomed.
I feel inspired.
I feel valued.
I feel challenged.
I feel proud. I feel important.
I feel accepted.
I feel accomplished. I feel smart. I feel united.
I feel like I make a difference.
At Goodridge School, we are Charger strong.
Welcome back inside the Fargo Dome for the Section 8 9-player football championship, and we had an injury earlier and an update to Lewis Jones, who looks like he's trying to run out the ankle on the sideline. James Carterelli with an update. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, they just got done taping up that left ankle. I went up to him, asked him if he's going back in. He said, we'll see. Doing a little light jogging right now, testing it out. So right now, Lewis Jones questionable to return.
Goodridge Grygla has taken up the final 6 minutes of the first quarter, as this will be the first play of the second. First down and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line of Stephen-Argyle. Ricklock hands it off to Nelson, runs into a wall, keeps the legs churning, and gets a couple of yards, maybe 2 at second down.
Looked like he was going to be stopped behind the wall. A little extra effort there turned it into a slightly positive play.
Well, Stephen-Argyle brought it all the way down to the 10-yard line on their opening possession of the game. And now for Goodridge Grygla, quite literally the definition of grinding out the clock, taking up the final 6 minutes of the first quarter. It's second down and 9 from the Storm 23-yard line. Ricklock in the gun. Rabishko a lead block. Tries to bounce it outside. Ricklock nearly brought down. Escapes a tackle and gallivants through another arm tackle for a couple of yards. Third down and 7.
Another good extra effort there. Looked like it was going to be a negative play, but we got another Charger down on the field here, Dawson.
We'll take another injury timeout. Some injuries early on from Goodridge Grygla. 11 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Just underway. Quarter number 2. No score. We're going to be back in 30 seconds on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com.
Farmers Union Oil Company and Agronomy in Grygla has 24/7 pay at the pumps and a full convenience store. Bulk fuel and propane is also available. They are a full-service agronomy center, offering crop protection products and crop nutrients. They are a seed dealer for Peterson Farms and Pro Seed. Call today at 218-294-6153 or 218-294-6117. Farmers Union Oil Company and Agronomy in Grygla.
Back inside the Fargo Dome as the Goodridge Grygla Chargers have another injured player on the field. First it was Lewis Jones, and now it's Kia Nelson, who also comes out not putting much weight, if any, on his left ankle, and that's a tough injury early on. 2 tough injuries for the Chargers, James, and key players in this backfield.
I mean, you mentioned it with 2 senior leaders, their leading running backs, Nelson and Jones, sidelined right now with ankle injuries, and we'll see where the Chargers go with the football. Blake Ricklock has been dynamic so far, the quarterback.
3rd down and 8 on the Storm 21. Ricklock back to pass, right side, and broken up. Is it going to be incomplete? Was that a diving catch? A diving catch made off of the deflection by number 35 in Christian Loken. And it looked like, James, it was just going to fall incomplete. But instead, it's a gain of about 16 yards, and it's 1st down and goal.
Amazing effort by Christian Loken there on the tip drill. Did not give up on the play. That's how you teach it. And he got there, made a beautiful diving catch off the tip pass.
So despite the injuries early for the Chargers, they're still threatening in only their first offensive possession of the game. 10 minutes and 20 seconds, 2nd quarter. Ricklock in the shotgun. 2 receivers bunched up tight to the right side of the line of scrimmage. Direct snap to Robishko. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown. Goodridge Grygla. Robishko from 6 yards out makes it 6-0. Linfors Insurance Agency and Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard.
With Jones and Nelson sideline, Robishko, the other senior running back, picking up the slack, punches it into the end zone. That's huge for this Charger team.
And that drive takes up almost 8 minutes of total offense from 6 minutes and 3 seconds remaining on the clock in the first quarter. And now 10-12 left to go in this second quarter. Chargers on the 2-point conversion attempt. Ricklock rolls out to the right into the end zone, and it is caught, and the 2-point conversion is good. So Carson Robishko runs the Chargers to a 6-0 lead. 2-point conversion is good. It's 8-0. Chargers on top of Stephen-Argyle. We're back in 30 seconds with the kickoff. Back to the Storm after this on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com.
Grygla General Store is under new ownership. The terrific hometown grocery store offers a large assortment of groceries located at 102 North Main Avenue in Grygla. Whether you're passing through town or living locally in the area, Grygla General Store has all your grocery, hardware, and sporting good needs. The friendly staff at Grygla General Store hopes to see you soon. And best of luck to all the Charger teams and athletes during this fall and winter season. Go Chargers! From Grygla General Store, located at 102 North Main Avenue in Grygla.
Back inside the Fargo Dome for the Section 8 9-player football championship on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com. Dawson Peterson, James Cardarelli down on the field, and Joey Hughes working the camera up top here and doing an excellent job. We've got our first score of the afternoon. Goodridge Grygla from 6 yards out. Carson Robishko dances into the end zone. 2-point conversion attempt was good. It's 8-0, 10-12 to go here in the second. And James, both teams grinding the clock. Goodridge Grygla maybe doing it just a little bit better on their first possession.
Well, they got points. That was the difference of their first possession. But that was keys to the game from both of these head coaches. They want to control possession of this game and really control the offensive side of the ball. And it was a great job there by the Chargers, losing 2 of their key players, still able to get a score.
So we'll see if either of those guys come back into the game. Here's a bouncing kickoff, goes all the way to the back line, fielded by Raiden Winorovich at the 18. They go with the reverse to the 20 and brought down, and the Chargers aren't fooled. They reverse-handed it off to another Storm player out on the field and looking for a number. That's number 9 in Dylan Widner, and brought down at the 20. First down and 10 from there for the Storm.
And it was Owen Larson who was all over that for the Chargers, making a great tackle on special teams.
So the first possession of the game for Stephen-Argyle started on their own 34-yard line. They got it all the way down to the 10 of Goodridge. Grygla couldn't get it into the end zone, and see if they can respond after the touchdown from the Chargers. First down and 10 on their own 21-yard line. Man goes in motion. Smith back to pass. He's got time. Deep to Winorovich, and he missed him. He overshot him. Winorovich got behind the defense. That was Blake Ricklock by a step or two, and it's incomplete.
Well, credit Stephen-Argyle. Everybody in the building is expecting run, especially with Blaine Smith now at quarterback, but just a little overthrown there. Trust me, Winorovich had nothing but green in front of him. If that pass is on the money, that's a touchdown.
That wasn't a bad ball either, James. It flew from the 20-yard line to the other 45, so it's not like Smith can't throw the pigskin around. It's second down and 10 after the long incomplete pass. 10:02 second quarter. Goodridge Grygla leads 8-0. Smith in the shotgun. Quarterback power left side to the 20, 23, and diving forward to the 24-yard line. And a short gain makes it now third down and 7.
Big third down coming up. Chargers with momentum in this football game. The Storm, they need a first down here. They can't go 3 and out and punt this ball back to Grygla-Goodridge.
Well, the other thing, too, James, we talked about the injuries running the football for the Chargers. How about defensively? Now trying to fill those spots. A couple of players that don't start out on the field for Goodridge Grygla on defense. Big third down and 7 to go on their own 24-yard line, and could be a quick 3 and out. Chargers, or rather the Storm, they fire it out to the left side. Smith went rolling out to the right, zipped it back across his body to Jake Carlson along the left boundary. Didn't look like the Chargers were fooled, but it's in and out of his hands. It's incomplete now, fourth down.
They had Carlson right there on that little out route, just through his hands.
So the first possession of the game for Stephen-Argyle takes up over 5 minutes of time, almost 6 minutes of time, and now a quick 3 and out, and they'll go back to punt with Dylan Widner standing on his own 10. Charger return man at his own 49. Widner, the right-footed punt is up. It's Ricklock to field it at the 42. Up the middle, Ricklock to the 50, 45. Sidesteps a man there and falls forward to the 42, and the Chargers will have it in plus territory for their second series of the game.
It'll be interesting to see where the Chargers go with the football other than Ricklock here on this offensive possession. Obviously, he's still got Carson Robishko, but still no sign of Lewis Jones or Kean Nelson going back into the football game.
Chargers will have it first down and 10, and a momentary stoppage to get a new football, or to get the Chargers football out on the field. Goodridge Grygla last season, and I know Charger fans probably don't like to bring it up, but falling in the section championship game to Kitson County Central, 35-20. Wingback on either side here for first down and 10 with the fullback. It's Robishko to the 40. Carson Robishko to the 35 and near the 34, and a gain of 6 and second down. The only score of the game so far coming by way of Carson Robishko, a 6-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion was also good.
And right now, Kean Nelson back out onto the field, and that draws a nice cheer from the Goodridge Grygla faithful.
Well, certainly some good news for the Chargers in getting one of their key players back. Nelson will be in the backfield dotting the I. Robishko in front of him. They go right to Nelson. 35, 30, 25. Nelson, a stiff arm. Still on his feet inside the 15 and dragging Storm defenders down to the 10-yard line. Kean Nelson, how about that, in a gain of 24?
Off the trainer's table to inside the 10-yard line. Kean Nelson, what ankle injury. He looks fine.
8 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second quarter. A 24-yard pickup by Kean Nelson makes it first down and goal for the Chargers, as it is 8-0. Chargers on top in this second quarter. Stephen-Argyle wasted a lot of time on their first offensive series and then went with a quick 3-and-out, and now the Chargers trying to find a quick answer. Ricklock under center, I formation. Nelson again, dancing at the 10, sidesteps a man at the 5, still on his feet. Kean Nelson into the end zone from 10 yards out. Touchdown, Chargers. It's 14-0.
Kean Nelson doing a little bit of everything on that run, making a nice cutback move, and then showing off the strength, powering his way into the end zone.
A 10-yard touchdown run from Kean Nelson makes it 14-0 on the Lakes Community Cooperative and the Lynn Forest Insurance Agency scoreboard. Worried about Nelson going down with the ankle injury earlier. 2 carries back-to-back, 1 for 24 yards, another for 10 as the Chargers are heavy to the right side. Ricklock quarterback power into the end zone. Yes, 2-point conversion is good. Goodridge, Grygla in front by 2 scores, 16-0. Here with 7 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the second quarter. We're back in 30 seconds on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com.
At Grygla School, we thrive in our family-type atmosphere. We are a small school with big opportunities, from trap shooting and athletics to robotics and drama. At Grygla School, we promote small-town values. We are proud of all of our students, athletes, teachers, and faculty. Grygla School wishes good luck to all of our athletic teams during this fall and winter season. Come join our Grygla family. Together, we are Charter Strong.
For more information, visit grygla.k12.mn.us.
Welcome back inside the Fargo Dome this afternoon as the Goodridge Grygla Chargers have now taken a 2-score lead over Stephen-Argyle. And James, early injuries for the Chargers, but it hasn't really seemed like it's affected them much, and that's a big reason why you make it to a section championship game.
Hasn't slowed them down at all. This is a resilient group, Dawson. Right now, Lewis Jones back out onto the trainer's table, having that ankle, it looks like, re-taped, or maybe the tape loosened up a little bit. I saw him talking to the trainer. Nelson, he already had his ankle taped up. All they did was take his shoe off, re-tape it, put him back into the game, and then he scores from 10 yards out.
So Stephen-Argyle, the other thing too, James, it's not like the Storm haven't been able to move the ball offensively. It's just Goodridge, Grygla, they've been able to grind it out a little bit more and capitalizing, really just taking advantage of their opportunities. Here's the kickoff back to Stephen-Argyle. Bouncing ball up the middle at the 40 to the 45. That was fielded by Cooper Clausen, and he takes a hard hit at the 31. First down and 10 from there, and now we have another Charger down on the field. A little bit more of a better look this time, maybe cramping, but we'll try to get another injury update here in a second. 7:27, it'll be Stephen-Argyle football in 60 seconds on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
What does hometown mean to us at Hometown Realty? It means we want our community to grow and succeed. It means we'll do everything we can to make that happen. Whether it's by helping people find the perfect home for them, assisting someone sell a property that they have maybe outgrown or can no longer take care of, or supporting our local businesses, schools, and nonprofits with our time and money. Everything we do is for the good of our community. Our family lives here, we live here, we love it here. We are Hometown.
Coming out, another injury timeout from the Goodridge Grygla Chargers. This time, Christian Loken going down and holding his right knee on the turf and getting some help up off the field. We'll look for another injury update momentarily. But Stephen-Argyle trying to answer down by 2 scores. Their offense has been able to move the football, but just haven't been able to punch it in quite yet. 7:27 second quarter. Blaine Smith in the shotgun. Clausen to his right. Option that direction. Clausen to the 50 and slips through a tackle around the 47-yard line. And that's a gain of 6 yards for Clausen. Second down.
Nice job at the point of attack there by Sawyer Jacobson, and then Carson Robishko coming around and cleaning it up with the hard tackle. That's good defense, but a nice first down play there for the Storm.
Now 2nd down and 4. Football on the Chargers' 47-yard line. The Storm went 3 and out on their second series after a long drive that went over 6 minutes. Smith, left side, option, works it back to the middle in between the hashes, runs into Gavinani, the junior defensive lineman, also cleaning him up back there, number 55 for Goodridge Grygla, and it's 3rd down after a gain of maybe 1.
Cut back right into all 280 pounds of 6'3" Gavinani there. That's not where you want to cut it back, I don't think.
Hunter Vad, the other player out there at the linebacker spot, number 55. Lewis Jones, an injury early. Still haven't seen him. He's on the sideline right now as he is off the trainer's table and without shoes on.
Yeah, he doesn't have that left shoe on, and he's gingerly walking. The question is if we'll see him up 16-0 or even more.
Tough snap here from Stephen-Argyle, and Cooper Clausen fields the mishandled snap. It's a loss of 2 yards, and again, Gavinani in on the stop, 4th down.
Big fellas like to eat, Dawson. Ani doing it all right now.
4th down and 4 yards to go, and now a decision to be made by Stephen-Argyle head coach Ethan Marcus on a 4th down and 4 after the Storm had a long first possession, but then the offense has gone quiet, but certainly credit the Goodridge Grygla defense and their work so far. It's going to be 4th down and 4, and it looks like the Storm will go for it. Anders Thompson is split out to the left. Raiden Winorovich to the right. Smith in the shotgun. Clausen to his right hip. Waist-high snap. A reverse to Winorovich. He's got a big gap, but he's going to be upended at the 45-yard line, and he did not get there. The Storm tried to pull out a little trickery. They come up short. Turnover on downs. It's Charger football with 5:09 to go in the second.
That's a sign of a well-coached football team, Dawson. Staying home on your assignments. That reverse did not fool anybody on the Charger defense.
It was Raiden Winorovich on the reverse. Had a big gap, but open field tackling. Nicely done by Goodridge Grygla. The Chargers now 1st down and 10 from their own 46-yard line in drive number 3. Already in front by 2 scores, and remember the Chargers did defer the kickoff to the second half, so they will get the second half kickoff. Direct snap. This is Robishko, 50-45, and Robishko stood up after a gain of 10, and another Mustang seeds 1st down.
Chargers doing a good job of mixing up the play calls, even with Lewis Jones sideline right now. A direct snap to Robishko. That's a 1st down play.
Now 1st down and 10 into Storm territory at the 44-yard line. It was Jones going down early in the game, the first couple of plays, as a matter of fact. Kian Nelson also went down with an injury, but he came back into this game and ran for 24 yards and then a 10-yard touchdown run back-to-back carries, and the Chargers have something cooking with 5 minutes to go. Ricklock, quarterback power left side, 45, tries to find some space, he does! Blake Ricklock, 40, 30, 25, pushed out of bounds, and a big pickup for the Chargers and another 1st down.
That's a patient run, Dawson. He waited for his blocks to develop, saw the hole open up to the outside, bounced it out, and picked up a huge gain. Can't say enough about the way Ricklock is playing right now.
15-yard carry for Blake Ricklock on really just a simple quarterback power to the left side. And just like you said, James, that patient running, finding some space. It's 1st down and 10 from the Storm 25-yard line. The Storm trying to stop the Chargers defensively. Up the middle, Robishko a couple of yards as he slams to the turf. And a gain of 3, 2nd down.
Good to see Carson Robishko pop right back up. He took a big hit right there. Slammed to the ground, but unfazed.
Remember, the winner of this game will play the winner of our next game in the state quarterfinals next Thursday at the Moorhead High School. Our next game on yourliveevent.com and on KRJB and KKCQ Radio. Fertile Bell Trammy and the Clearbrook-Gonvick Bears in Section 6 9-player football. 3 running backs in the backfield for the Chargers. Rick Lock play action, now a designed option, and that really had nowhere to go. It's a loss of 6. Nice job by Stephen-Argyle. Brings up a 3rd down and long, so some big downs this time, James, for the Storm defense.
Yeah, that was a big play for the Storm defense. The wing T right there, trying to catch them off guard. A little misdirection. It didn't work.
Inside 4 minutes, second quarter. Goodridge Grygla on top, 16-0. Lynn Forers Insurance Agency and Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. A 10-yard touchdown run by Keegan Nelson and a 6-yard touchdown run by Carson Rabishko. The Chargers looking for more, but facing now a 3rd down and 11. 2 wingbacks, Rabishko the fullback. Rick Lock, play action, rolls out to his left side. Now to the sideline, and it's going to go incomplete, holding in the backfield, and it is incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down and 11. Pending infraction as we await the call from our lead official. And it does look like holding. It depends on if Coach Marcus wants to take it, and he will.
And that's an interesting call here by Coach Marcus over there for the Storm, because it would have been 4th down and 11, but backing them up even further now. If the Chargers get another big gain here, they might be in 4-down territory, Dawson. So definitely a risk here backing them up.
Well, maybe in 4th down, or rather 4-down territory either way, but it's 3rd down and 21 from the 36-yard line of Stephen-Argyle. 2 receivers to either side. Rick Lock, waist-high snap, back to pass, deep down the left sideline, up for grabs. Oh, he caught it! It's caught inside the 10-yard line. Sawyer Jacobson, big play after big play for Goodridge Grygla, and a huge gain and another 1st down.
Rick Lock placed that football where only Jacobson could get it. A perfect pass by Blake Ricklock. But Dawson, that goes back to my point. I don't think I back him up there. I think I just make it 4th down on that previous play.
Would have been 4th down and 11, but they pick it up on 3rd down and 21. 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. The Chargers in front by 2 scores. It's 16-0. I formation. Nelson dotting the I with the supposed bum ankle, and now inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. And like we said, Nelson, he was just showing it off, running like he didn't go out with that injury earlier. He had that 10-yard touchdown run. This one only goes for a couple. 2nd down and goal. 2:35 remaining second quarter.
And this is a big 2nd down call coming up here for Goodridge Grygla. They've had success on the ground. They've had success through the air. I think you want to roll Rick Lock out and make him make a play with his feet or put it through the air here, Dawson.
Needs 7 yards to get into the end zone and go up by 3 scores, and taking a lot of time with them. Play clock down to 5. Rick Lock under center. Quarterback sneak. He gets inside the 5 for a 1.5 yards. And it's 3rd down and goal. Stephen-Argyle hanging on to all 3 of those timeouts. 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line of the Storm coming up.
A quarterback sneak from the 7-yard line is not what I anticipated there.
Well, the big guys up front in Safransky and Rylan Anderson in on the stop. Aiden Trueblood up there as well for Stephen-Argyle. So now, James, if the Storm can get this stop on 3rd down, you look to maybe call a timeout and then potentially stop them on 4th down, and then you've got 2 timeouts in your pocket, and this time Goodridge Grygla will wind the clock all the way down to the 1:23 mark, take their first timeout of the half, and they'll face a 3rd down and 4 when we return, 3rd down and goal from the 4 when we return on 96.7 FM KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com in 30 seconds.
Mother Nature can strike at any time, and Irie Insurance is here to help. Experience the difference with Irie. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve.
Home insurance, auto insurance, crop insurance, commercial insurance, benefits insurance.
We have you covered from head to toe, underground to sky. Go to IRIinsurance.com to get a free quote.
Back inside the Fargo Dome on YourLiveEvent.com and 96.7 FM KKCQ. A third down and goal upcoming for Goodridge Grygla from the 4-yard line of Stephen-Argyle and James Cardarelli down on the sideline. I'd like your input on this one. This is a big offensive play coming up for the Chargers, but equally as big defensively for the Storm.
Yeah, they need to stop here desperately. They need to try to get the football back and keep the Chargers out of the end zone. They want to keep it a 2-score game. Something to note, though, Dawson, the Chargers do get the football out of half, so this thing could get out of hand if they're able to score it here.
There is a potential, like you said, James, after that kickoff, if the Chargers punch it in, and another quick score in the second half could already be up by 4 scores, but we're not there yet. Direct snap to Rabishko. He's got blockers in front of him, and he finds the end zone once again for the second time today. Carson Rabishko from 4 yards makes it a 22-0 ball game.
They went with the power run with Rabishko. It's been successful down on that goal line. Direct snap to him, and that was a great call out of the timeout. And now Goodridge Grygla firmly in control here late into the second quarter, going for 2 yet again.
Receivers split out to either direction for the Chargers on this 2-point conversion attempt. Rick Locke takes the snap, a flag on the near side, and a false start is going to be called against Goodridge Grygla. The other thing, too, James, Stephen-Argyle, they're going to have 3 timeouts going into halftime. There's the call, officially false start on Goodridge Grygla. But you think that the Storm, they've got to take their chances, right, with 3 timeouts?
They absolutely do. They have to try to get some points on the board, preferably a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, because this Charger offense, they've been rolling. They have been absolutely rolling all first half, and they get the ball out of halftime. You cannot afford to go down either 22-24-0 here at half. You got to try to get in the end zone.
Another timeout called by Goodridge Grygla after I think they had too many men on the field, so they had to take the timeout to avoid the penalty. We'll take it with them. Timeouts being brought to you by the Foston A&W on Highway 2 West in Foston. We're back in 30 seconds on YourLiveEvent.com and KKCQ.
Jensen Seed Company of Stephen wishes good luck to the area teams. You can check with Jensen Seed Company for your seed options for 2024. Jensen Seed Company also does custom cleaning for all your seed. Their cleaning mail runs throughout the winter, so you can let them know if you need custom cleaning for your farm-raised seed. Call Jensen Seed Company, 218-478-3397. Good luck, area teams from Jensen Seed Company of Stephen. They're proud to be supporting the area youth.
Coming out of that timeout called by the Goodridge Grygla Chargers on the 2-point conversion attempt. Timeouts brought to you by the Foston A&W. For a limited time, get an order of sriracha, cheese curds, and mushroom lovers. This one's for you. Stop by and get a double mushroom onion melt at the Foston A&W, located right on Highway 2 West in Foston. $1.19 remaining. It will be a point-after attempt from Blake Ricklock, up 22-0. Snap spot, line drive, kick is up, and it is no good. Wide left. So the Storm keep a couple of points off the board. That time it's 22-0, 1:19 remaining in this second quarter. We're back in 30 seconds and a final 2-minute drive upcoming for Stephen-Argyle after this on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com.
Lakes Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, and natural gas are all available to farms, homes, and businesses from Lakes Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call Lakes Community Co-op today, 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Lakes Community Co-op, your co-op in your community.
Kickoff back to the Stephen-Argyle Storm. Dawson Peterson up here in Media Row. James Cardarelli down on the field. Joey Hughes working the camera on YourLiveEvent.com. and Tom Lano engineering back in the studio at KKCQ Radio. It's 22-0. Goodridge-Grygla on top. Here's a line drive, bouncing ball to the 20-25. Winorovich pushed out of bounds at the 27-yard line. First down and 10 for the Storm from there. So, James, what do you want to see from the Storm offense with $1:15 remaining?
Well, they got those timeouts in their back pocket, so you don't have to necessarily go through the air right away, but they're going to have to get some chunk plays here down the field. They have been unsuccessful throwing the ball, so it's definitely going to be tough here for the Storm. They have schemed some guys open, but Smith is going to have to make some throws here with his arm.
Maybe see what they can do with one of their best run plays early in this possession. Call a timeout, see what they want to do. Smith in the shotgun, has plenty of time, zips it right side. Winorovich is tackled and taken down out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
And then if you're Goodridge-Grygla, you'll take that every day of the week right now with 1:12 left. Just a short gain. That's more of a rhythm play, trying to get Smith in rhythm, trying to get some confidence throwing the football. But really nice job keeping the offensive players in front of them have the Chargers been. You'll take that this whole drive if you can.
For an offense, it's kind of the rule of thumb is your 2-minute drive is only going to be as good as that first possession of the drive. So you're exactly right, James, in trying to get something positive offensively here for Stephen-Argyle. Smith is back to pass. He loads up, wants it all. Winorovich hits the deck, intercepted, but the interception's going to come back. It is Nelson at the 45-40, 35-30, taken down at the 28. Winorovich fell to the turf, James, and you had a better look at it. Maybe the best look in the whole Fargo Dome. Where's their contact? What do you think?
Directly in front of me, Rick Locke did knock Winorovich to the ground before that ball was delivered. Just a second too early, Dawson, and that's going to be a huge penalty against the Chargers.
The penalty marker is down on the 41-yard line of the Goodridge-Grygla side of the field. The officials will talk about it. And here's the official call if we get it. Oh. Oh, so that's a huge change, James. We got a flag back at the 41 and a personal foul on the offense as well for Goodridge-Grygla. So those are offsetting penalties. I guess I didn't see where the personal foul was.
Yeah, and sorry, I was just talking to a Charger coach here. Both injured players, Jones and Loken, are ruled out for this game. Jones held the field goal attempt, but that's it. He's not going to get any more carries today. It's an ankle sprain for Jones.
Man, they might have a. If they weren't up 22-0, maybe tries to get back in. I don't know. But both out now the remainder of the game. Smith and company trying to find something for Stephen-Argyle. Right sideline again. Winorovich up for grabs, and it's Rick Locke intercepting it at the 42-yard line. And Smith just trying to give his receiver a chance. And Blake Ricklock all over that one from his safety spot. Comes over to pick it off on the sideline.
Amazing job by Blake Ricklock there. He's doing it all on offense and defense as well. You know they're going to try to take the top off the defense. They had to go deep there. Ricklock able to pinpoint it out of the sky. Just stepped out of bounds, though, when he was going to take off. That could have been an even bigger play if that foot didn't hit the sideline.
So talk about a big change of momentum as well. The interception before, we thought it was going to be a pass interference against Goodridge-Grygla, but now they're going to take some time. Ricklock back to pass, flag by the 40-yard line. This is intercepted by Stephen-Argyle at the 36. Awaiting, though, the call. Hold everything with a penalty near the Stephen-Argyle bench.
They're signaling the defense, so I think this is going to stay with the Chargers. We'll see.
It's a legal formation if our listeners and viewers could get a call there, but it's an illegal formation with 5 men in the backfield for the offense of Goodridge-Grygla. So Stephen-Argyle, they'll have it first down and 10. Less time, though, with 44 seconds remaining on their own 25-yard line.
And I'll be honest, I don't mind the play call there from the Chargers taking a shot there right on first down. If there was a time to take a shot on that possession, it was that. They give it back, but look, the Storm haven't been able to pass the ball all game long, so I don't mind that.
They still have 3 timeouts in their hip pocket. Smith back to pass, looks to the right, nothing there. He'll take off to the 25. Blaine Smith falls forward to the 27, and a gain of 2 yards makes it 2nd down and 8. And the Storm will burn their first timeout of the half. We'll take it with them. It's Goodridge Grygla on top, 22-0 on the Lakes Community Cooperative and Linfors Insurance Agency scoreboard. We're back in 30 seconds on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Linforce Insurance Agency in your viewing area if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
Back inside the Fargo Dome on YourLiveEvent.com and 96.7 FM KKCQ. Stephen-Argyle Storm a chance to put some points on the board before the intermission. They've got 34 seconds to do so. They just burned their first timeout, and they've got it 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard run by Blaine Smith. And it's 2nd down and 8 from their own 27-yard line. Smith in the gun, Clausen to his left, knee-high snap, back to pass, full false start against Stephen-Argyle, so that'll back him up a little further and make it 2nd down and long. So a 5-yard penalty backs up the Stephen-Argyle Storm to their own 22-yard line now. And it's 2nd down and 13. Still 2 timeouts remaining. If they take a final shot here, Blake Ricklock from his safety spot standing back on the 39-yard line. 17 yards off the line of scrimmage. Smith, the reverse. There's nothing doing that time. The reverse toss to Anders Thompson. A loss of 5 yards, and the Chargers not fooled. And that might be the final play of the half with 20 seconds remaining.
That was Owen Larson making a big tackle. He's been in the backfield a lot. And, yeah, the trickery just not working against this Charger defense. They don't think that there's a threat to go deep in, and they're playing like it.
And that will end the first half of play. Goodridge Grygla, despite some early injuries to some key players, have now taken a 22-0 lead here at the half on the Linfors Insurance Agency and Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. What a half from the Goodridge Grygla Chargers as they're on top of the Stephen-Argyle Storm on 96.7 FM KKCQ and on YourLiveEvent.com. The winner of this game will head to the state quarterfinals to play the winner of our next game between Fertile Bell Trammy and the Clearbrook Gonvick Bears. That game coming up after this one here in a little bit as we go down with James Carterelli with Coach John Wilepski for a halftime coaches interviews.
Coach, right out the gate, you guys are playing great complimentary football. Got to be pleased with the effort there in the first half.
Yeah, it was. Our kids are stepping up. Some big players went down with rolled ankles, and I'm happy right now, but they're going to make adjustments, and we're going to have to make adjustments too.
You mentioned losing Jones to injury right there. Nelson was out for a series. Talk about the resiliency of this group, though, to not hold their heads and just keep pounding the football.
I'll vent a little bit. We're a true 9-man school. We're not 11-man teams coming down. So we look for 9th graders, 10th graders instead of throwing seniors and juniors out there. So you got to patch it together with duct tape and hope it works.
Well, Coach, you got one more half of football. Got to stay focused. What's the message to the guys back there?
Stay focused, keep doing your job, and we're going to teach some rules on some pitch option and stuff. So,
thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you. Now.
All right, Dawson, back to you.
Well, that's a great line down there from Coach John Wilepski. Put some duct tape on it and hope it works, and his team doing just that. They're up 22-0. We head into the halftime report. Goodridge Grygla is up. We're back in 2 minutes on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com. Machine Well in Grygla is a proud sponsor of Grygla-Goodridge Athletics. Their machine shop specializes in production sawing, turning, milling, robotic machining, as well as prototype and production volumes, also providing robotic welding and hand welding and assembly work to a diversified batch of customers. Machine Well is currently seeking skilled and unskilled workers and laborers. They also provide tuition reimbursement to high school graduates and current college students. Machine Well in Grygla since 1976.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Out of Town Garage in Stephen, Minnesota is your shop for any auto body paint and glass needs. With customer reviews such as excellent craftsmanship and very easy to work with, Jeremy provides excellent service at Out of Town Garage, located at 316 5th Street in Stephen. Stop by Out of Town Garage for all your auto body needs. Out of Town Garage would also like to wish the Stephen-Argyle football team best of luck in the section championship game. Your hard work and dedication this season has been tremendous.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Welcome inside the halftime report of the Section 8 9-player football championship between the Goodridge Grygla Chargers and the Stephen-Argyle Storm, and Goodridge Grygla on top 22-0 here at the half. Dawson Peterson and Joey Hughes up top here on yourliveevent.com. James Cardarelli down on the field as our sideline color commentator. And James, I'll go to you right away with Coach John Wilepski in our halftime coaches interviews, as that was brought to you by United Savings Credit Union, unitedsavingscu.org. What was that quote from Coach Wilepski? Put some duct tape on it, slap it together, and hope it works. And they're up 22-0 here at the half.
Absolutely, and he got a little emotional there talking about how they are a true nine-man school. When guys go down, you got to play freshmen. You got to play sophomores, and they've been stepping up, making plays. It's really been an impressive effort from the Chargers there in the first half. After losing their lead rusher on the season, who is not going to return, Lewis Jones is listed as out now, but they haven't missed a beat, and that is a credit to the resiliency of this squad.
I'll ask you this, James. If it was a 6-0 game here at the half, do you think we'd see Jones in the second?
I asked the coaches on the sideline that, and they said no. They said It is an ankle sprain, and it is going to take some time. So it is a big blow to the Charger football team. He cannot go. And we saw him doing some light jogging on the sideline, but it's those cutbacks that really that ankle's not going to hold up, Dawson. So I think that he would have been out regardless.
Well, that is a big blow to this Charger offense, but doesn't really seem like they've missed too much of a beat as they are up 22-0 here at the half. Inside the halftime report, we'll give you your halftime stats from both of these two teams on offense. It is the Chargers in front, 22-0. Lynn Forrest Insurance Agency and Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. We'll have some words with Coach Ethan Marcus of Stephen-Argyle in our halftime coaches interviews in a moment as well. Chargers in front by 3 scores, 22-0. The winner being crowned the section champion and will head to the state playoffs next Thursday, as that game next week will be played at Moorhead High School between the winner of the Section 6 9-player football championship. It's Fertile Bell, Traby, and Clearbrook Gonvick following this one. 22-0, Goodridge Grygla on top of Stephen-Argyle. We're back in 2 minutes to continue on with the halftime report on KKCQ and yourliveevent.com.
RDK Enterprises is searching for candidates to fill multiple positions.
These customer-facing positions require a high level of organization, workflow management skills, the ability to work with and lead others, problem-solving skills, and the drive to deliver an outstanding customer experience. Available positions include shop foreman and service technician. Compensation package based on experience. If interested in joining our team, upload your resume at planterdoc.com.
Rural Enrichment and Counseling Headquarters, also known as REACH, Neighbors Helping Neighbors. That's their slogan, and it says it all. REACH is a multi-agency human service center that helps families and individuals with counseling, food services, and help and support during the holidays. Things such as the backpack program, food for kids during the weekend, and a holiday meal during Thanksgiving and Christmas are just a few of the things that REACH can do. Check them out at ruralenrichment.org or visit their secondhand stores in Holly and Hendrum.
Your home for the Region 1 and Region 2 volleyball tournaments is yourliveevent.com.
Gittleson will give it to Smeldon, to Haley Smeldon, and down for the kill.
From the quarterfinals on Monday, November 6th through the region title matches on Thursday, November the 9th.
Hansen back set. Here comes Satcham with the tip. Jensen with the cover. Rush sets up Josie for the kill.
Catch the Region 1 and Region 2 volleyball tournaments from Lisbon and Larimore on yourliveevent.com.
From shoulder to hand, hips to toes, and everything in between, the Riverview Health Orthopedic Team has you covered. With advanced training and joint replacements, upper and lower extremity, spine, foot, and ankle care, you know you'll be in good hands with Drs. Spinell, Schall, Sekundiak, Stanky, Kim, and Abassi. For appointments, call Riverview Clinic at 218-281-9595.
Riverview Health, exceptional people, exceptional care. Riverview Health.
At the half from the Fargo Dome on the Section 8 9-player football championship game, it is Goodridge Grygla on top of the Stephen-Argyle Storm 22-0 as we take a look at some of your first half numbers being presented to you by Christian Motors. First for Goodridge Grygla rushing the football. Lewis Jones had 2 carries before he went down with an ankle injury. He is officially ruled out for the remainder of the game for the Chargers. He had 22 yards on just 2 carries. Blake Ricklock, 8 carries in the half for 48 yards. Kean Nelson with 5 carries and a 10-yard rushing touchdown. He's got 39 yards on the ground. And Carson Rabishko carrying the rock 6 times. 2 scores, one from 6 yards, another from 4. He has 19 yards rushing. Through the air, senior quarterback Blake Ricklock was 4 of 6 for 73 yards in the half. All 4 of those passes actually make that 5 passes, 5 completions rather, going to 4 different receivers. Found Sawyer Jacobson for 38, Owen Larson for 19. Kean Nelson had 2 catches for 10 yards and another grab for 16 yards for Christian Loken in the half as well. On the other side for Stephen-Argyle, they had a nice opening drive that worked all the way down to the 10-yard line of Goodridge Grygla, but unable to punch it in. Since then, turnover on downs, punt, turnover on downs, and interception, and then the final possession to end the half. Here's their offensive numbers. 1 carry for Anders Thompson for -5 yards. Raiden Winorovich with 1 carry for a yard. 7 carries and 38 yards for Cooper Clausen, for Blaine Smith. 15 yards on 6 carries for Cooper Clausen in that first half. Smith was 1 of 4 for 3 yards in the half as well, and then threw the 1 interception to Blake Ricklock going into halftime, and the 1 completion to Raiden Winorovich that went for just 3 yards. That's the 1 completion. As those are your first half stats, being brought to you by Christian Motors. Stop by Christian Motors for the absolute best selection in used cars, or visit them online at ChristianCarsOnline.com. They've got locations in Minnesota and North Dakota. Visit them online as well at ChristianCarsOnline.com. We continue on with the halftime report after this. Goodridge Grygla in front at 22-0. We'll go down to James Cardarelli after this 2-minute timeout on yourliveevent.com and on 96.7 FM KKCQ.
The Stephen-Argyle School District would like to send a special message to the football team. We want to wish you the best of luck in the section tournament. We know that you have worked hard all season. We are proud of the dedication and commitment that you have shown both on and off the field. You are an inspiration to your fellow students and a shining example of what can be achieved through hard work and perseverance. To the football team of Stephen-Argyle, keep up the hard work and go Storm. Susted Family Market is a family-owned and operated grocery store in Stephen, Minnesota. Established in 2023, Susted Family Market provides fresh produce, groceries, and meat to the community. Open on weekdays from 7 to 6:30 p.m. and weekends 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Stop in for all your grocery needs. Susted Family Market would like to extend a best of luck to the Stephen-Argyle football team in the section championship. Your hard work and dedication is something everyone in the community can be proud of. Good luck from Susted Family Market. Terog Manufacturing in Stephen, Minnesota produces quality products under our brand name Black Ace. Your drives deserve the best components in the industry, and Terog Manufacturing makes that happen. We are composed of knowledgeable staff, friendly personnel, and expert craftsmen. Our business is dedicated to providing you with the highest level of customer satisfaction and service. Terog Manufacturing would like to wish the Stephen-Argyle football team best of luck in the section championship.
This is your livelihood, and success requires a seed partner that's just as committed as you are. Just like you, we're farmers first, so our values are rooted just as deep and our goals are just as strong. Our team is ready to hit your fields, so no matter what each growing season brings, we'll get through it together. It's who we are. Thunderseed, first in the field.
Back inside the Fargo Dome here on YourLiveEvent.com and KKCQ Radio. We go right down to the sidelines with James Cardarelli standing by with Stephen-Argyle head coach Ethan Marcus.
Coach, down 22-0 at half. What was the message to the guys? You got one more half of football here.
Yeah, we got one more half here, and we better change or it's going to get ugly here. You know, this is a strong team. We knew that, and they're playing well, and you know, we've got to do a better job of keeping the ball and moving the ball.
Defensively, what needs to change to try to stop Blake Ricklock in this offensive attack?
Well, we can't let them have the ball. You know, if we have the ball more, they don't, and we got to do better on offense, I think, is the first answer. And you know, I guess when they do get the ball, you know, I think we can do a better job of pursuit and hanging on to those tackles. They're big, strong guys, and we got to get more guys there and just secure the tackle. A number of times, you know, we had them for a chance for a loss of yards, and they kind of kept on fighting, so we got to do the same.
Offensively, what needs to change?
Well, we got to scratch out some first downs here. You know, and that besides that first drive, we really came up empty here, and we've got to do better than that. So we're going to have to toughen up and hang into that football and just do the best we can to move forward.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, Dawson, back to you.
Yeah, that was James Cardarelli with Coach Ethan Marcus of the Stephen-Argyle Storm. And looking back on that first half, James, and obviously Coach Marcus really hitting the nail on the head with the exception of their first drive, it has been tough on offensively for the Storm.
Yeah, and you got to give the Chargers credit on the defensive attack there. Even when they've tried to keep that Charger defense off balance, it only worked on that first drive. It seems like after that first drive got out of the way, the Charger defense stuck to their assignments. Those reverses, those option plays that were working on the first drive stopped working, plain and simple.
Well, what would you like to see in this second half, James, offensively for Stephen-Argyle? Like we said, they can throw it through the air. They certainly can, but on their 4 pass attempts, they really haven't found much. A quick hitter on the outside and then an interception late in the half.
I think you got to keep the Charger defense honest. You got to try to get a play over the top just to have that in the back of their minds. Right now, the Chargers are keeping everything in front of them. They're not scared of the deep ball from Blaine Smith, and it shows.
Well, how about for Goodridge? Grygla, James, you're in front by 3 scores, and this seems like one of those teams for Coach John Walewski that they're very focused, they're very senior-heavy, they're senior-led as well. They don't seem like the type of team that's going to lose their focus and let Stephen-Argyle back in the game.
No, not at all. And a year ago, they played a tremendous first half against Kitson County Central. Then in the second half, it all slipped away from them. They're not going to let that happen here today, Dawson. You can count on that.
Well, That's what Charger fans are certainly hoping for. And from last season, it was Goodridge Grygla, like we said, falling to the two-time section champions, Kitson County Central Bearcats, 50-19, or rather it was 35-20. That was the year before for Kitson County Central. The second half is underway, and a line drive kick off the helmet of Carson Robishko, who picks it up at the 42-yard line. Lost it for a second, but he did pick it up. First down and 10 for the Chargers as we start half number 2 from their own 37-yard line.
Dawson, the kicker there was Carson Safransky for Stephen-Argyle. He's an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman, 5'11", 270 pounds, and he just kicked that ball straight line drive, hit Robishko in the face with it, but able to pick it up off the ground.
Talk about what could have been a big swing of momentum for the Storm if they were able to pick it up. It will be first down and 10 from their own 36 for Goodridge Grygla. Ricklock under center, handoff to Nelson, big hole, what a start for the Chargers, 45-40, Nelson inside the 30 to the 25, and at the 23-yard line, what a start for the Chargers in this second half.
That's how you open up the half right there, Dawson. Huge play for Nelson and a huge hold. That offensive line is setting the tone for the Chargers. They've done it all game long.
A 46-yard run by senior running back Kean Nelson, who had a 10-yard rushing touchdown earlier in the half, or rather earlier in the game. First play of the second half, he gets the rock and goes for 46. First down and 10 now from the Storm, 24-yard line. Ricklock again goes to Nelson, puts a stiff arm into a defensive lineman, Carson Safransky. That's no gain, and it's second down.
And that's more what you want to see if you're a Storm fan up front. Safransky winning his matchup there, able to hit Nelson right at the line of scrimmage. That's just something that hasn't happened very often in this game.
Yeah, you make a good point, James. The very first point of contact for Goodridge Grygla on the ground is well past a couple of yards past the line of scrimmage. So when that happens, the Chargers have had a lot of success running with the football. It's second down and 10. Two receivers are out to the right side. It's Owen Larson, slot right. Ricklock in the shotgun, maybe a quarterback power. Instead, it's a direct snap the opposite direction, stringing it out along the sideline. Nice job by Stephen-Argyle to string it out. He still does get forward for a few yards, and Carson Robishko picks up about 5, and it's third down and 5.
We mentioned how Ricklock has been doing it all. Right there, he was the lead blocker, and Robishko is getting stopped at the line of scrimmage if he doesn't make a nice block right there on the outside.
All the attention on the right side, and then a direct snap back the opposite way. So now third down and 4 officially on the Storm 18-yard line, set up by a 46-yard run by Kean Nelson. Third down and 4, 18-yard line just underway, second half. Ricklock, power to the right side, has a gap, has to bounce at the 20, puts his head down, dives forward, but we will get a flag in the area of holding, and here's the call.
Yeah, they're going to get Kean Nelson right there on the outside. He doesn't like the call. I didn't quite see it.
So Nelson does get an explanation from the lead official. And this is another chance, James, for Stephen-Argyle down in distance, third down and long, just almost guard the first down. And they picked up a play, what was it, fourth down or third down and 21 in the first half, and then they gave up a first down.
Yeah, and this is Blake Ricklock territory. He's made plays on third and long all game long, and he's going to try and do it again here.
Under center, Robishko, play action. Ricklock, a screen the other way. They've got blockers out in front. Jacobson to the 20, wrestled at the 15. Jacobson back to the middle, and he carries guys with him down to the 5-yard line. Again, third down and long. They pick up 21 yards, and it's first down and goal.
Dawson, amazing play call. Caught everybody off guard right there with the screen. The patience from Ricklock. Play action, let the blockers get out in front, and then Jacobson did the rest. That was a great play call.
So now first down and goal from the 5-yard line for the Goodridge Grygla Chargers, leading 22-0. Linfors Insurance Agency and Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. The Chargers looking to avenge their loss from just one season ago against Kitson County Central. First down and goal. Owen Larson dots the I. Ricklock rolls out, and he is flattened back at the 10-yard line, and a big defensive play made by Cooper Clausen, and that's a loss of 5, and it's second and goal.
One of the better defensive plays from this Storm team in this one. Clausen off the edge was all over that rollout.
So Cooper Clausen comes up with the sack for Stephen-Argyle. Second down and goal from the 10-yard line as Ricklock heads back into the huddle for the Goodridge Grygla Chargers. Winner of this game gets the winner of Section 6 in their championship in the 9-player championship with Fertile Beltrami and Clearburg-Gonvick in the state quarterfinals next Thursday. We still have an 8:45 to go here in the third of this one, and a stoppage and a timeout. And it's called by Goodridge Grygla. Chargers in front by 22. It's 22-0. We're back in 60 seconds on YourLiveEvent.com and KKCQ.
Todd's Landscaping thanks you for your business. Todd's Landscaping, where no job is too big or too small. They do outdoor landscaping, brickwork, rockwork, and flagpole sales and installation. Todd's Landscaping, 218-945-6000. Think of the landscaping you want in your yard and share that idea with us at Todd's Landscaping. We'll work with you through the winter months to do your project. Todd's Landscaping, 218-945-6000. Call today. When you have a project that requires rock, gravel, crushed asphalt, or crushed concrete, or you need some trenching work done, call Visser Trenching of Ada. They'll move the dirt, they'll haul the rock, they'll take care of you. They do a great job. Call Visser Trenching Ada, 784-4381. Good luck, teams, from everyone at Visser Trenching.
Welcome back out of that timeout, being presented to you by the Foston A&W on Highway 2 West in Foston. Second down and goal for Goodridge Grygla from the 10-yard line. Ricklock under center. Nelson dotting the I. Takes it right side. Sidesteps a defender. Now he's brought down after a gain of 2. So back-to-back plays, James, where the Storm almost come up with 2 tackles for loss, but instead scooting forward for a couple. It's still third down and goal.
Yeah, once again, Nelson able to get to that second level of defense. Really good job, though, by the back end there in the open field, making that tackle.
So third down and goal, officially spotted at the 7-yard line, and Goodridge Grygla certainly in 4-down territory. Ricklock attempted an extra point earlier in the game that missed, but they'll probably go for it on fourth down. Up 22-0 here. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Ricklock in the shotgun, running back to his right. Design quarterback roll out to that side. Reverses his field back to the left. Stumbles around, fires to the end zone, and caught for a Charger touchdown. The athleticism from Blake Ricklock from 7 yards out finds Kean Nelson. Chargers are in front 28-0.
He's rolling right. He rolls back left. He finds Nelson in the back of the end zone. Blake Ricklock, just when you think you have him, you don't, and he throws a dot for a score.
He was almost brought down in the backfield, but makes a play. 7-yard touchdown pass to Kean Nelson. For Kean Nelson, that's his second total touchdown on the game. 28-0. Ricklock right side. 2-point conversion attempt is no good. But the athleticism of senior quarterback Blake Ricklock has given the Goodridge Grygla Chargers a 28-0 lead. We're back in 30 seconds. Kickoff back to the Storm after this on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com.
There's something new at West Main Pizza in Ada. What's the deal, you ask? Actually, it's What's the Dill? The new dill pickle pizza. If you love pickles, you'll love What's the Dill at West Main Pizza. Or try their paninis, calzones, sub sandwiches, nachos, salads, and wraps. And of course, West Main Pizza is famous for pizza. From their famous cheese squares to specialty pizzas, West Main Pizza will satisfy your taste buds. And remember to try their new dill pickle pizza. West Main Pizza, downtown Ada.
Back inside the Fargo Dome where the Goodridge Grygla Chargers are leading Stephen-Argyle 28-0 with 7 minutes and 47 seconds left to go in this third quarter of play in the Section 8 9-player football championship. Dawson Peterson with Joey Hughes upstairs running the camera on YourLiveEvent.com, and James Carter-Relly down on the sideline. And Blake Ricklock, James, for Goodridge Grygla has quite literally been doing it all today.
We can't say enough about him, and he's about to kick the ball off right now as well. But yeah, Dawson, I mean, it's been amazing. With his legs, with his arm, all day long.
We'll see what Stephen-Argyle can do on the ensuing kickoff. Winorovich runs back to catch it at the 13, and guess who? Blake Ricklock, 20-yard line, makes the plays on special teams. 7:43 to go, third quarter.
He will not be denied, Dawson. He's flying around on specials teams, flying around on defense. He's throwing touchdown passes. This has been the Blake Ricklock show.
So for Stephen-Argyle, can they come up with an answer? Down 28-0, and we talked to Coach Marcus out of the half, trying to scratch some first downs immediately in this second half. With the exception of their opening possession of the game, they haven't had much doing for them on offense. It's first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 7:43 to go, third quarter. Smith, quarterback power right side, has a little bit of a seam as he works it up to the 25 and falls forward to the 27-yard line and a gain of 7. 7-yard pickup for Blaine Smith and Stephen-Argyle. 7.5 to go, third quarter. Goodridge Grygla, they've been in control throughout, 28-0. Some injuries early on, but haven't really faltered too much from those injuries as the Stephen-Argyle Storm come out with a second down and 3 on their own 27-yard line. Winorovich goes out wide left. Clausen, the running back, to the left of Blaine Smith, who stands in the shotgun. Smith, waist-high snap. Quarterback power now the opposite way. Weasels his way forward for a couple. First down marker is at the 30. It's going to be very close. It looks like he is short for the time being. It'll be third down and short.
Yeah, and see, you're kind of falling into that territory where you're just one-dimensional as an offense, Dawson. They've been unable to successfully pass the ball in this one with Blaine Smith, and now they're just running straight keepers. And, you know, down 28-0, it's just tough when your offense really can't get anything going through the air.
And Smith can throw the football. We saw that in the first half, or at least just the capabilities of being able to throw the football at the very least. He went 1 of 4 for just 3 yards and the 1 interception in that first half. It's third down and short here, trying to get a first down in any sort of momentum. They fake the toss, rather handoff up the middle to the 35-yard line to the running back, and that's number 22 for the Stephen-Argyle Storm, and that is a first down after a gain of 6. And that's Aiden Trueblood that time for Stephen-Argyle on the carry. So going with somebody else other than Cooper Clausen or Blaine Smith, as the Storm have a first down from their own 35-yard line as they run the wing tee. Toss to the right side. Trueblood, 35-40, and he's going to work it forward up to the 43-yard line, or maybe that was Clausen that time. And a gain of 9 yards. Yes, it was Cooper Clausen, so nicely done on that play. And so they bite off some chunks to make it second down and 1 with 5:20 to go in the third.
And if you're the Chargers and the Chargers coaching staff, this is fine. They're going to run the football. The clock's going to wind down. You're up 28-0. You don't really got to overcomplicate things at all defensively. You just got to make tackles, and this is fine right now with what's happening.
At some point, though, as well for the Chargers defense, you know the Storm are going to try and go back over the top with the football through the air. Smith has the first down, 45 to the 48-yard line, and a gain of about 5 more, and another Mustang Seeds first down inside 5 to play. 28
You'll
to
let
nothing.
them do this. You'll let them keep running the football just like this with that clock running up big. No problem if you're the Charger defense.
So like you said, James, the clock does continue to run. 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go in this third quarter. Goodridge Grygla boasting the 28-0 lead. Again, Smith will be in the shotgun. Winorovich and another receiver will join him on the right side. And looks like Trueblood on the right side, the line of scrimmage. Smith, option to the right side, nothing there. Runs into a wall, and it looked like he kind of wanted to pitch it out for a second. He ends up twisting and turning and falling forward to the 49 for a short gain of maybe 2 yards. Second down and 8.
Only thing you're worried about right now if you're the Charger defense, just make sure nobody gets behind you and beats you deep for a long touchdown.
Second down now and 9. Ball on the 49-yard line. Inside 4 minutes to go in this third quarter as a Charger substitutes on. Storm up to the line of scrimmage. Wing back on either side. Smith back under center. Running back behind him in the three-point stance. Winorovich goes in motion. Toss to the left side. Has it on the run to the 50, 45. And now upended near the 43-yard line. In on the tackle that time, Sawyer Jacobson for Goodridge Grygla. And a gain to get some yards back. It's third down and short. Third down and 2. Ball on the now 44-yard line of Goodridge Grygla for Stephen-Argyle, trying to brew something up offensively, down 28-0. 3:31 third quarter after the 8-yard run. Smith right side to the 40. Blaine Smith cuts it back to the middle to the 35, and that's going to be a gain of 15 yards. Smith goes first down, and it'll be first down and 10 from the 34.
And this was something that head coach Ethan Marcus of the Storm talked about. He said, when I asked him what needs to change on offense, he said, we need first downs. Well, they've gotten some on this drive.
3 minutes left to go, third quarter. Smith back under center, chipping away at that first down tally after allowing a score to start the half from Goodridge Grygla. A toss that almost goes parallel to the line of scrimmage to Raiden Winorovich. And he works it almost to the 30-yard line down to the 31 and a gain of 3, and it's second down.
No one's been able to get to the outside against this Charger defense. And then when they do cut it back in, there's some big fellas waiting for them. It's really been a great job defensively.
Guys on the outside like Owen Larson and Blake Ricklock on defense, stringing it out towards the boundaries. And then those outside linebackers as well. Jacobson in on the stop a couple of times. Meanwhile, Smith back under center. Second down and 7 from the Charger 31. Smith back to pass, loops it over the middle. He's got Winorovich into the end zone. Touchdown, Stephen-Argyle from 31 yards out. And it's a good thing the Storm scored then with still 2 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Nicely done, Blaine Smith. The Raiden Winorovich makes it 28-6.
Well, we knew that they had to take a shot at some point. They waited a long time on that drive, got a little bit closer. They finally took the shot, and then Winorovich able to create the separation for the touchdown.
31-yard touchdown pass from Blaine Smith to Raiden Winorovich. They come out for the 2-point conversion attempt. 2:12 to go in this third quarter. Smith stands in the shotgun. Clausen on his right hip. Quarterback power, rather option. Clausen puts his head down. Physical running from the running back, and he's going to be short. And the Storm faithful don't like the call. Clausen is just short, but the Storm get their first points of the afternoon. 28-6 on the Linfors Insurance Agency and Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. We're back with the kickoff to the Chargers, and the Storm defense trying to come up with a stop on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com.
Lakes Community Co-op takes pride in providing complete customer satisfaction as they serve their local communities with the necessary products and services for farms, businesses, and individuals. Energy solutions, feed, milk, C-stores, meat market, motel, car wash, HVAC, natural gas. Visit your neighborhood Lakes Community Co-op location for them to meet your needs or learn more at lakescommunitycoop.com.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Chargers await the kickoff back. Kean Nelson stands back on his own 18-yard line. Line drive kick back up the middle. Nelson will let it hop, and they'll quickly stop it. And a flag on the far side of the field in front of the Stephen-Argyle bench. And looks like that'll back the Storm up to their own 35-yard line. So, James, I'll beg the question to you. Offsides on the kicking team here. Defensively for Stephen-Argyle, is there a way you think the Storm are able to get a little bit more aggressive? Because the Chargers have been gashing them for yards all afternoon long. What do you think they have to do to get more aggressive?
Yeah, it's going to start up front with the defensive line. They got to win at the point of attack and try to stop bodies coming through that line of scrimmage. The Charger running backs have gotten to that second level all game long, so it's going to start at that defensive line.
So the kickoff back to Goodridge. Grygla. Nelson's going to let it roll all the way down inside the 10, picks it up to the 10, right side, and he's brought down as the Storm swarm and converge on Kean Nelson at the 15-yard line. 2:06 to play in this third quarter.
And right now, if you're the Chargers, you can kind of sense down here a little momentum shift. The Storm finally got their first touchdown. A nice special teams play have the Chargers backed all the way up. They're going to need the defense here to get a quick 3 and out, especially down here in Charger territory like this.
Especially with the way the Storm offense operates. They can air it out like we just saw on the 31-yard touchdown pass, but for the most part, they just grind out yards on the ground. Can the defense stand tall as Blake Ricklock stands in the shotgun, hand off to Nelson, and he stood up at the 15 and then gets 1 yard for 16 yards, and it's second down and 9. Was Rabishko on the carry.
And that's what we just talked about. Rylan Anderson there, defensive lineman, getting past his blocker and hitting him early on that run. That's what the Storm are going to need.
1:40 to go in this third quarter, and Goodridge Grygla certainly they've grinded the clock all afternoon so far and in no hurry to run an offensive play here. 90 seconds, third quarter, second down and 9 to go. Rabishko stands to the left of Blake Ricklock. 2 receivers tight to the right side. Direct snap. Rabishko and flying through the offensive line. That's Cooper Clausen tackling Rabishko for a loss of 3, and it's third down and 12.
And this is a big play call here because you're up big. You can be content with running the football. If you don't get the first down, you punt it. Your defense has been playing lights out other than that last series all game long. Or you put it in the air, put it into Blake Ricklock's hands, who's been deadly in this game, and try to pick up a first down, extend this drive. Either way, the clock is running here. So a big play call here from Mike Gast, the offensive coordinator of the Chargers.
Third down and 12. Football on the Chargers' own 13-yard line. The play clock is running down. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Play clock to 2. They get the snap off. Ricklock steps up. He's got space. Nobody is there. He needs 12 yards. Does he get another third down conversion? He is going to be just short, and a flag will fly, and Ricklock now slow to get up, and that came in on the tackle, and it's going to be just short, and it looks like Ricklock is cramping up, and it's not going to matter. There's a personal foul penalty on Stephen-Argyle anyway. James, where was the flag at?
Yeah, no, it was a personal foul, late hit on Ricklock. He was already tackled, already to the ground, and then it was the extra. Clausen came in and fell on him as he was on the ground there after he was already rolled down. It was a second too late from Clausen, and it drew the flag. And now it looks like Ricklock, he did give a thumbs up, but it might just be a little cramp there, a little stinger. He appears to be all right.
He'll have to come out for at least one play, and it'll be first down and 10 after the 15-yard personal foul penalty. And really just a tough spot for the Stephen-Argyle defender. Nowhere to go at that point after Ricklock did fall to the ground and getting the cramp. And so it'll be first down and 10 anyway from their own 39-yard line for the Goodridge Grygla Charger offense.
And here comes Spencer Cohn, backup quarterback for the Chargers for his first snap here on offense. Senior on this team.
Well, first action of the afternoon, and 25 seconds to go. This will be the final play likely of this third quarter. Goodridge Grygla in front 28-6. Spencer Cohn, the backup, is in for at least one play after Ricklock went down. Hands it off to Rabishko outside. Now he's going to get outside the hashes, but then he gets tripped up by Winorovich at the 45-yard line. And a gain of 6 yards brings up 2nd down and 4, and that falls the curtain on this third quarter. Goodridge Grygla in front 28-6, and just 12 minutes away from avenging that section championship loss 1 season ago against Kittson County Central, trying to get to the state playoffs. Chargers in front 28-6. We start the fourth quarter in 60 seconds on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. Get just the right protection at just the right price, and save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, it'll be just right. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact Jake and Shannon in East Grand Forks at 218-773-3608.
Get your best discounts now on Amity Beat Equipment. This is the final week of discounts. Talk to Chuck or Neil for the early bird discount pricing on Amity Beat Equipment. Several trade-in beat lifters and toppers. Listen to this list. 12-22-2022 Amity Lifter. 12-22-2021 Amity Lifter. 12-22-2015 Amity Lifter. 2023 Amity 12-22-3750 Topper. 2015 12-row 3750 Topper. 2012 12-22 Amity 12-row Topper. Ziegler Ag Equipment. Highway 9 North Ada.
Welcome back out of that timeout, brought to you by the Foston A&W, or rather the quarter break, I beg your pardon. Here's a 2nd down and 4 play to Rabishko on the outside. He's going to get a first down into Storm territory, but there's a flag in the backfield. And it looks like the first down run is going to come back after a holding penalty on Goodridge Grygla.
Yeah, that's going to negate a nice run there, and Spencer Cohn still in at quarterback. Ricklock appears to be coming back out onto the field now. I just caught up with him a moment ago, just a leg cramp. He said when he was running, he felt it tighten up, and now he is back out onto the field. Here he comes.
So after the holding penalty, it makes it 2nd down and 14. Ricklock runs back on, who's had an outstanding day, a 7-yard passing touchdown for him, and has just been flying around really in all facets, all phases of the game for Goodridge Grygla. It's 11:42 left to go in this fourth quarter. Chargers in front 28-6, and the Storm facing a big 2nd down and long stop defensively here. Rick Locke, play action, loads up, middle of the field, and incomplete. Nicely done defensively back there was Anders Thompson chasing Sawyer Jacobson. Incomplete, it's 3rd down and long, so now, James, an opportunity for Stephen-Argyle.
A big opportunity, and that was a great play on the back end there by Anders Thompson. Last second getting his hand in there to knock that away. That would have been a big pitch and catch there for the Chargers.
So 3rd down and 14 upcoming. Goodridge Grygla from their own 35-yard line. Down in distance now for the Stephen-Argyle defense. The Chargers have converted long 3rd down after 3rd down this afternoon. Rick Locke under center. Rabishko behind him. Play action to him. They set up a screen the opposite way. Can the Storm get out in the open field and tackle? They do. They stand up Jacobson near the 45-yard line, and he falls forward to the 47. And still, though, James, a gain of 12 to bring up 4th down and inside 5 yards.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Chargers here, you go for it. They haven't really been able to stop you all game long. It's 2 yards. You're right there almost into Storm territory. And the way that the offense has been rolling here, Mike Gass, the offensive coordinator, sending Rick Locke back out there. And this is going to be – they're going to go for it here, Dawson, and try to close the door on this.
4th down and a long 2 yards. Maybe the Storm – trying to get him to jump off sides. 3 receivers to the right, heavy that direction. They do after a man goes in motion, and that is a free 1st down for Goodridge Grygla, and offsides on Stephen-Argyle. It's just kind of been one of those days.
Yeah, you're a little over-aggressive there on that defensive line. You know you've been getting gashed all game long. The game is in the balance here. If you have any chance of coming back, you needed a stop right there. And the hard count from Rick Locke, and just a little overzealous there up front.
So it'll be first down and 10 after the free first down for Goodridge Grygla. It'll still be now in plus territory on the Stephen-Argyle Storm 48-yard line. The Chargers an 8-1 overall record. Their only loss on the year coming in week number 1 against Otter Tail Central, the now Section 4 9-player champion after defeating Border West 34-12. Here's a handoff to Rubishko, who gets it to the 45-yard line after a gain of 6 yards. Brought down, second down. Back-to-back carries for Carson Rubishko, going for 6, second down. And 5 yards, now inside 10 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Goodridge Grygla 28, Stephen-Argyle 6. Lynn Forest Insurance Agency and Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. Blake Ricklock's had an outstanding day for the Chargers as he gets back inside the offensive huddle for Goodridge Grygla. He'll go under center. I formation with Kean Nelson dotting the I. Rubishko, the fullback, handoff to Nelson. Left side, escapes a tackle at the 40-yard line, going east and west, and nice gang tackling that time from Stephen-Argyle to limit Kean Nelson for a gain of just 5, but it brings up third down and short.
Clock continues to tick, and over here on this Goodridge Grygla sideline, they can taste victory. They're all getting a little antsy here, Dawson.
9 minutes to go as the clock does run. And like we said, too, the Chargers, no hurry to run an offensive play. Ricklock back under center. Wingbacks either way, awkward start, and this will be a false start, I believe, against Goodridge Grygla. Well, that's another big penalty, though. Instead of third down and 1, makes it third down and 6. And, I mean, you can just do a quarterback sneak again if you like, but it makes things a little bit more questionable for Coach Wilepski and this Charger offense.
Yeah, those little screen plays have been successful, so they might go to a screen here, or they can just hand it off. Really, they have their full playbook that they could go to right here.
Chargers up to the line of scrimmage with the ball spotted on the 44-yard line. I formation, Nelson the deep back. It'll go to Nelson, big gap. Kean Nelson 40, 35, 30. And that's what they do. They hand it off to one of their more reliable backs throughout the season, Kean Nelson, who's had a big day, takes it down to the 30-yard line and a gain of 14.
Everybody on that Charger offense is playing their role to perfection right now. It was Carson Rubishko with the lead block there, and that kind of freed Nelson up with a big hole. That's a great block on the outside there by Rubishko.
Coach Wilepski said it at halftime, James, about being sort of an old-school 9-man football team. They find talent from everywhere, but their senior leaders and senior playmakers have been all over the field today. Rick Locke, one of them, sneaks it ahead up to the 25-yard line and a gain of 5.
Nothing cute about that, Dawson. Just a straight QB sneak on first down, and you pick up 5 yards.
Quickest way to a first down is straight ahead. Is that what they always say, James?
I would assume they say that. I'll be honest, I have not heard that, but sure, we'll let you have it.
Second down and 6. Football is now going to be spotted on the 25-yard line of Stephen-Argyle, and Goodridge Grygla looking to put a bow on this one with another score. Ricklock under center. Misdirection the opposite way with Nelson, who again runs through a tackle and is going to get a first down. He was stopped shy of the 20 where the first down marker is and gets to the 19, and another Mustang seeds first down.
Well, you know what they say, the quickest way to a first down is running forward.
7 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Dawson Peterson up top. James Carter-Relly's on the sideline. He's the one that just said that. 28-6, Chargers in front. They've got it on the Storm 19-yard line. We've got another game after this here from Gate City Bank Field inside the Fargo Dome. Fertile Beltrami and Clearbrook-Gonvick. Section 6, 9-player championship game. Nelson again stood up a little bit, but gets a couple of yards and a gain of 2, makes it 2nd down and 8. James, looking forward to that game after this. We're on the call once again for that one. Let's preview that game. We saw Fertile Beltrami against Clearbrook-Gonvick in the final game of the year. Fertile Beltrami so good and having another strong season, but Clearbrook-Gonvick trying to take down the top dog.
Yeah, it was an interesting matchup between the two teams. Now, starting quarterback Hassani Bruton did go down early in that game, and then a freshman was forced into action. Carver Kralik, I do believe his name is. He was forced into action. He played well, but hey, listen, that Falcon team is a different animal.
They fake the toss now for Goodridge Grygla, and now it's Sawyer Jacobson with the catch. Talking about Coach Walewski said they're an old-school 9-man football team. They've got – their playbook is deep, man, after that connection to Jacobson in a gain of 7.
Yeah, offensive coordinator Mike Gast, he's the guy right there sending the quarterback into the huddle. He has been dialing it up all game long. They've shown a little bit of everything. They've ran to the outside. They've ran up the middle. They've rolled Ricklock out, and he's thrown the ball downfield. And those screen plays have been open all game long.
Now we're facing a 3rd down and 3 just outside the 10-yard line. Ricklock is under center. Handoff to Nelson. He'll get to the outside to the 10. Nelson to the 5. Spinning his way down to the 2. And a gain of 10 more yards for Kean Nelson and 1st down and goal.
Nelson wanted to punch it into the end zone right there, dragging defenders with him directly in front of me. It looked like he might be able to get there, but nonetheless, 2 yards out, and now you're going to see some power football here from the Chargers.
1st down and goal from the 2-yard line, and doing everything on offense and finding the end zone 3 separate times on the ground, 1 touchdown through the air. The Chargers have over 100 yards passing today as well. Ricklock under center. He'll sneak it, try to find his way, and he's not going to get there. That time stopped by Carson Safransky and friends, and it's 2nd down and goal.
Short gain, they're going to give him just about a yard. It's going to be a little bit over a yard out there, about a yard and a half.
So now 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Stephen-Argyle, so much success, of course. We talked about, even on the drive here, James, all the success Stephen-Argyle has had in the early 2000s, and now from 2015 to 2018, reaching the section championship, and back here in the championship for the first time since 2018 was their last appearance. Here's Ricklock to Nelson, and again, he's stood up, no gain. Now 3rd down and goal.
Yeah, just researching Stephen-Argyle, prepping for this game, you really find out. I mean, they had the New York Times writing articles about them in the early 2000s there about that winning streak and just being in a rural part of Minnesota. It was really an interesting article, but a 76-game winning streak this program had in the early 2000s, really remarkable.
And another connection and tidbit leading into our next game, the head coach of that Stephen-Argyle team when they had all that success was the father of Casey Kralik, who's the head coach of Clearbrook-Gonvick now and was the head coach then. Here's a handoff this time to Robishko, who has stood up for the moment, and now he's stopped short, and now 4th down and goal.
Yeah, 4th and inches right here. Spot just ahead of that 1-yard line, and yeah, what do you do here? I mean, do you go for the field goal? Or you just try to punch it in?
Well, with 3 minutes to go and up 28-6, I think the Chargers can do really whatever they want at this point. They've played.
I guess you don't have to overthink this one, huh?
They played a heck of a ball game, and Stephen-Argyle, they didn't have much offensively. The Storm did, as the Chargers work it all the way down on the play clock. They'll take a timeout with 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining. It'll be 4th down and goal when we return in 60 seconds on KKCQ and YourLiveEvent.com.
At American Federal Bank, we have all the tools to help you achieve financial success. This is Nick Gordon, your local ag and business banker. Are you currently looking for banking, investment, or insurance options? American Federal Bank in Ada can help. Please contact me, Carly, or McKenna today at 784-7121. American Federal Bank in Ada, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Now's the time to call the Bennett Hoagland Agency for PRF coverage. If you depend on rainfall in specific months to maximize haying and or grazing practices, then pasture, rangeland, forage. PRF is a great risk management choice for you. Sign-up deadline is December 1st. Talk with John, Wayne, or Marissa. Experience matters. The Bennett Hoagland Agency has been working with PRF for over 15 years. The Bennett Hoagland Agency, Ada and Moorhead, 1-800-784-2106. The Bennett Hoagland Agency is an equal opportunity provider.
Back inside the Fargo Dome, Goodridge Grygla facing a 4th down and 1 from the 1-yard line. Ricklock under center. They'll sneak it in, and he is in. Blake Ricklock in for 6. Another score for Goodridge Grygla, and the first rushing touchdown of the afternoon for the Goodridge Grygla Chargers as they go up 34-6. And there's 2 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in this one. And the Chargers will try the point after attempt. Lewis Jones into hold. Rick Locke, he's 0 for 1 today on extra point. Snap is good. Spot is down. Line drive extra point. Went off one of the uprights and deflects off to the left side. Blake Ricklock finds the end zone on the QB sneak. It's 34-6. Kickoff back to the Storm in the final 2:31 of this one in 30 seconds after this.
The Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead provide great places for seniors to live. They emphasize choices, independence, and provide services as directed by residents. They're also great places to work, where employees find not only a job, but also rewarding and enjoyable experiences that contribute to the lives of others. To get more information on Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, call 218-456-2105 or log on to halsteadlivingcenter.com.
Welcome back. The final 2 minutes and 31 seconds of the Section 8 9-player football championship from the Fargo Dome. It's Goodridge Grygla on top of the Stephen-Argyle Storm, 34-6. Thanks for taking us along with you on your Thursday afternoon. And Championship Thursday with the Chargers on top of Stephen-Argyle. Another game to go after this one. Fertile Beltrami, the 1 and 2 seeds in Section 6. 9-player football, they'll do battle after this. And then Monoman Waban and Ada-Borup West, our final game of the day, as we'll have coverage of those final 2 games of the day. Here's a kickoff back to Stephen-Argyle, fielded inside the 5 after it was touched, out to the 10, now the 15 to the 20, and rumbling forward and spinning down to the 25-yard line was number 12, Blaine Smith, and it's first down and 10 for Stephen-Argyle from there with 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining.
Charger fans standing to their feet now. Listen to this crowd, Dawson.
Goodridge Grygla falling in the section championship just one season ago to Kitson County Central, 35-20, and basking in this soon-to-be victory with 2:09 remaining. Here's a handoff to True Blood for Stephen-Argyle, gain of 2, and it's second down.
Carried by number 22, True Blood. Right down by number 40, Grogan.
James headed into the state playoffs for Goodridge Grygla. Pending health after today's game, and we hope Lewis Jones is able to come back for those state playoff games, or at least the quarterfinal round next week. They're built to make some kind of run. They're senior-led. They've got some big bodies. They're a physical group that comes along with the territory of the classic 9-man football team. Handoff back up the middle, short gain of 1, third down and 6, and they've got a nice-looking group headed into the state quarters next week.
Yeah, well-coached team, very disciplined, and let's be honest. That quarterback they got, Blake Ricklock, he can make plays. Any way you want to have it, he'll give it to you, and he's been impressive here, and they are poised to make a run.
Just 60 seconds remaining in this one. Goodridge Grygla, they are going to head to the state playoffs 1 week from today, and they'll get the winner of Clearbrook-Gonvick and Fertile Bell-Trammy in the Section 6 championship. Handoff up the middle, no gain. It will be a loss, actually a fumble as the beanbags fly. And everything coming up Goodridge-Grygla as the Chargers jump on top of it. And don't go away after this game is over. We'll head down to the field where James Cardarelli will be standing by with the communities of Goodridge-Grygla and everybody fired up and the players of this Chargers team. And James, we've got some substitutions down on there. Some of the Goodridge-Grygla players now getting some time, and certainly a memorable moment for these Charger players coming onto the field.
Yeah, I just saw 25 Landon Nordby just going into the game, a freshman. So really cool to see here as they're going to take a knee in victory formation. And they get they get to finish what they started a year ago after losing here. And this is just, it means a lot to these guys.
Last season against Kitson County Central, who was the two-time defending section champions in Section 8, 9-man, 35-20. Goodridge-Grygla lost. And avenging that loss and then some this afternoon against Stephen-Argyle. The final 10 seconds of this fourth quarter are going to run out. And fans on their feet for Goodridge-Grygla. 34-6, your final on the Linfors Insurance Agency and the Lakes Community Cooperative scoreboard. The Section 8 9-player football champions in the state of Minnesota are the Goodridge-Grygla Chargers after their victory today over the Stephen-Argyle Storm. 34-6, that is your final score. Goodridge-Grygla off to the state quarterfinal round next Thursday against the winner of Section 6 9-player between Fertile Bell-Trammy and Clearbrook-Gonvick, a game that is going to be getting underway here shortly, and we will continue to have coverage of that one across our R&J Broadcasting Incorporated family of stations and also on our video live stream, yourliveevent.com. So you can head on over there for the pregame show. Sean Bierk will get us started for that one. Here on the postgame with Goodridge-Grygla and Stephen-Argyle, we'll head down to the field in just a couple of moments. Chargers win it 34-6. That's your final score. We're back in 2 minutes' time on KKCQ and yourliveevent.com.
Gordon Construction of Mahnomen is a Native American-owned business proudly operating on the White Earth Indian Reservation since 1983. As a bonded general contractor, Gordon Construction provides years of experience in large, detailed, and within-budget projects. Gordon Construction is committed to the safety of its employees and the environment of its work sites. To learn more about Gordon Construction of Mahnomen, visit gcmahnomen.com or call 218-935-2191.
Welcome back inside the Fargo Dome here on YourLiveEvent.com and 96.7 FM KKCQ. The Goodridge Grygla Chargers defeating the Stephen-Argyle Storm 38-6. That was the final score on the Lakes Community Cooperative and Linfor's Insurance Agency scoreboard as we start our post-game report and give you a game summary, starting with Stephen-Argyle. And their offense, the Storm, what they were able to do offensively looked good on their very first series of the game. They went 80 yards, or rather they stopped on the 10-yard line, went just under 70 yards, and then it resulted in a turnover on downs from their own 10-yard line. And then after that, the offenses really could not get off the ground for Stephen-Argyle. Their only score on the day, a 31-yard touchdown pass from Blaine Smith to Raiden Winarovich. And then Goodridge Grygla on offense, they were just stout all afternoon. They scored on 5 of their 6 possessions in the second half, really not including any of those late possessions. The first drive, a 6-yard touchdown run by Carson Rabishko. The second, a 10-yard touchdown by Kean Nelson on the ground. Carson Rabishko struck again for another 4-yard touchdown. Ricklock threw a 7-yard touchdown pass to Kean Nelson, and then Blake Ricklock capped off the victory today with a 1-yard rushing touchdown. 38-6 was the final on the Lakes Community Cooperative and Linfor's Insurance Agency scoreboard. We'll take a short break, come on and continue on with more coverage of our post-game report here on YourLiveEvent.com.
I got Blake and Lewis.
Well, never mind. James down on the field as he talks to some of these Goodridge Grygla players, the Section 8-9 player champions. Lewis Jones and Blake Ricklock standing by with James Cardarelli.
Let's start right here with Lewis Jones. Lewis, you go down early, but how proud are you of these guys to pick up where you left off in that first quarter?
I can't explain how proud of these guys. Watching on the sideline, seeing things go good, man, it just shows that we got so much character in all of our seniors and the underclassmen as well.
Senior year, you guys were here last year. You talk about finishing the job. How good does it feel to come here and get the section championship your senior year?
It feels so good, bro. We worked for that since 7th grade. That's all we wanted ever since, and we got it now. It's time to be happy.
And then lastly, how's the ankle right now? Do you know where you're going to be at going to states?
It hurts a little bit, but I'm going to ice it this weekend. I'm going to ice it all week, and hopefully I'm ready for next Thursday.
Congratulations, Lewis. Let's go over here, QB1, Blake Ricklock. I mean, you play quarterback, but you also do a bunch of other things. You kick off, you're flying around on special teams, coming up with big plays. You're everywhere. Is that your mindset? You want to affect the game in any way possible?
Yeah, I just want to set the tone for everybody else that's coming into the game so they're ready to play. Keep the energy levels up and make big plays.
When you're scrambling around, making plays with your feet, looks like the play's broken, but then you find a guy open downfield. How does that come about? How does that feel when you make big plays like that?
Yeah, I just got a lot of trust in my receivers, and I know that eventually they're going to get open. Maybe not right away, but our line block good gave me enough time to at least see downfield and get ready to pass the ball.
And you're battle tested. You've been starting quarterback for a while now. You were here a year ago. How much did that experience pay off in a game like this?
It was huge because last year I came here and everybody kind of came here expecting to maybe put up a good fight but maybe not win. And we know what it's like, and we came in last year glossy-eyed and not ready to play. But this year we knew what to do and got the job done.
There's a moment when Lewis went down and then Nelson went down, and you guys needed to make plays, and you had to step up. What was the mood like in the huddle? What was your mindset?
I just kind of told everybody, I was like, this is who we got, and we got to get her done, and I know we can, so we just got the job done.
Congratulations on finishing the job. It's got to feel good. How proud are you of these guys?
I'm unbelievably proud. I just can't help but smile. It's just, we're going to celebrate it, but then we got to get healthy because we got bigger fish to fry.
Awesome. Job not finished yet. That was Blake Ricklock. Carson Rabishko, come over here, man. We talked about guys needing to step up. You've been a main part of the offense, but obviously you lose Lewis. Nelson goes down. You punch it into the end zone a couple of times. Your teammates needed a guy to step up. You were that guy.
Yeah. Our linemen, they did their job the whole night, picked up their blocks, and we followed through with what we needed to do.
You mentioned the linemen. it really starts up front for you guys. You guys are the playmakers, but they were pushing guys around all game long. Can't give enough credit to those guys.
No, yeah. There's just not enough praise to those linemen.
And then how does this feel? Your senior year, you guys have had a tremendous year. You only lost in the first week. It's been wins since that moment. How does this feel to cap it off here?
Like Lewis said, it started back in 7th grade, getting each other in the weight room. It's holding each other accountable. And after we took that first week loss, I think it was pretty well established that we needed to run the table the rest of the way to make it back to the Dome. We knew we believed at the Dome, but it was just the fact of going through with it and making it here.
Thanks, Carson. Carson Rubishko, everybody. Kean Nelson, you go out for a little bit. I saw you got that ankle just retaped. What were you thinking over there on that trainer's table? Was anything going to keep you out of this game?
No, not really. I was hoping that it would have cleared up as fast as I could just so I could get back out and play. Just have to get out there. Need to support my team.
How awesome does this feel to cap it off with a section title your senior year?
I am just ecstatic right now. Just so happy for us.
What's it like playing with a quarterback like Blake Ricklock who just does it all for you guys?
It's amazing. He can do it everything. Throws the ball, runs the ball, always gives him credit.
Amazing. All right, well, guys, congratulations. Is Coach back in the locker room? Coach is over there. Hey, Dawson, let's go ahead. We'll throw it to break, and then I will get Coach Wilewski. And, guys, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
All right, James Cardarelli downstairs on the field with some of the big key players of the Goodridge Grygla Chargers victory today. Carson Rubishko, Blake Ricklock, Kean Nelson, and Lewis Jones down on the field here this afternoon as James Cardarelli was talking with the winning players with Goodridge Grygla. Chargers are the Section 8-9 player football champions. They will play the winner of Fertile Beltrami and Clearbrook-Gonvick. It's Section 6 versus Section 8 next Thursday at Moorhead High School. Yes, James, we got you down there. We got you with Coach Wilewski. Down on the field, James Cardarelli.
Coach, we talked at halftime, and you just talked about how you guys are a true 9-man football team. You got to be so proud of the way that they fought here today.
Exactly. The controversy, resiliency, them first half, putting kids in spots they haven't played, subbing kids in. They just, young kids, and they stepped up, and I'm shocked. I really am. I'm speechless.
Yeah, I mean, you lose Lewis Jones, one of your lead rushers, early in that game, and then Nelson goes down. But I talked to Blake Ricklock. I said, what was the mindset in the huddle? No one held their head. No one felt sorry for themselves. The resiliency of this team, you got to just be amazed by it.
That is our motto or theme, next man up. Don't feel sorry because the other team sure doesn't. And you just got to be ready to go all the time. Great job by Coach Gass changing up some formations. The key for Ricklock to throw or pass, plus Nelson to run it that right before halftime. That was big also, so that was nice.
And then the seniors on this team, I just talked to a group of them. They were here a year ago. For them to finish the job here and get that section title and move to the state tournament, how happy are you for them?
Oh, I am. It's, last year we had that lead again, like I said, and great team. KCC came back. And, that's what that experience does, that hunger. You walk out of here with the loss, I'm sure Stephen-Argyle next year, they're going to be so hungry. They learned. You got to learn from the losses. Losing sometimes is okay. It's just the seniors that have to go with that, but it helps the younger underclassmen.
You've coached a lot of football. You got a lot of wins under your belt. Where does this one rank?
I would say probably number 2, because the first one going to state was big, but this one I'm just in shock.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Go celebrate with your team. We'll see you at state.
Thank you. Thanks for your coverage. Thanks. Yeah.
All right, Dawson, back to you.
And that is Coach John Wilewski with James Cardarelli down on the field as we run through our post-game report here on YourLiveEvent.com. Starting with our sub of the game, as Goodridge Grygla was victorious today as the champions of Section 8-9 player football, 38-6, the final score. And our sub of the game today, being brought to you by Main Street Station in Delhi and Fertile, we'll have as Carson Rubishko, who had 35 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns on the day as well. He is our sub of the game. Carson Rubishko, congratulations to you and an outstanding day for the Goodridge Grygla Chargers. 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 from 6 yards, another one from 4. Stars of the game, as we take a look at the Goodridge Grygla Chargers, really everything came up Goodridge Grygla throughout this game today. Even a fumble late that the Chargers were able to jump on. We've got one star. That's going to go to Kean Nelson, who found the end zone one time today from 10 yards. He was over the century mark in rushing with 124 and that touchdown. Carried the rock 13 times. Kean Nelson is going to be our star of the game from this afternoon's victory. We have our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and some final stats. It's Goodridge Grygla winning over Stephen-Argyle 38-6. The final score. We'll take a short break, announce the player of the game, and some final stats before we send you on your way and get ready for the Section 6 9-Player Championship on yourliveevent.com.
Rain Care Company in Goodridge has been proudly providing sales and service to northwestern Minnesota since 1970. Licensed, bonded, and insured, call Rain Care Company today for service and installation of furnaces, air conditioners, heat pumps, hot water heat, ventilation, and sheet metal. With 84 total years of combined experience, we provide installation of rain gutters and downspouts. Rain Care Company in Goodridge proudly supports Goodridge Public Schools.
Christian Motors is proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer in Fertile. They've got a huge selection of new and used vehicles there on the lot. You can stop by and check the selection or go online to christianmotors.com or christiancarsonline.com. Your new vehicle is waiting for you at Christian Motors in Fertile. They are proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. christianmotors.com, christiancarsonline.com. Stop and see the selection today. Christian Motors of Fertile.
Back inside the final couple segments of our post-game report this afternoon on yourliveevent.com. We have our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. And as we take a look at his final stats, the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game for the Goodridge Grygla Chargers, 8 of 11 through the air, 120 yards passing, and then rushing the football. He ran for 12 times, 50 yards on the ground, and a touchdown. He's accounting for a total of 170 all-purpose yards by himself and 2 touchdowns. That is Blake Ricklock as the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game for the Goodridge Grygla Chargers. Tomorrow is happening right now more than ever. The world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. Visit tomorrowison.com. Enbridge, life takes energy. The Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Blake Ricklock, and the Goodridge Grygla Chargers. Final stats before we send you on your way here on this Thursday, brought to you by Christian Motors for the Goodridge Grygla Chargers. 2 carries for 22 yards for Lewis Jones. Blake Ricklock ran for 12 yards. Ran 12 times for 50 yards. Kean Nelson had 124 yards rushing tonight, and 14 carries and a rushing touchdown. Carson Robishko had 35 yards rushing for 2 touchdowns and for 12 yards. Blake Ricklock through the air, as we said, he went 8 of 11 for 120 yards, and he was the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Those completions going to Sawyer Jacobson for 4 catches for 78, 1 catch for Kean Nelson throughout the game, or rather, there were 4 catches for Kean Nelson for 17 yards and a touchdown for him, and then 1 catch for Christian Loken for 16 yards throughout this afternoon, and 1 grab for Owen Larson for 19 yards, as the Chargers were efficient through the air all afternoon long against Stephen-Argyle. For Stephen-Argyle rushing today, it was 1 carry for just -5 yards, rather, for Anders Thompson. 3 carries for Raiden Winarovich for 9 yards, 64 yards rushing on 13 carries for Blaine Smith, the starting quarterback. Cooper Clausen had 8 carries for 24 yards. And then through the air, Blaine Smith went 2 of 5 for 34 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Those 2 completions both going to Raiden Winarovich, 1 for 3, and another one going for 31 yards. Those are your final stats from this afternoon, brought to you by Christian Motors. Stop by Christian Motors for the absolute best selection in used cars, or visit them online at ChristianCarsOnline.com. Locations in Minnesota and North Dakota, ChristianCarsOnline.com for Christian Motors. 38-6, the final score in the Section 8 9-player football championship, as it is the Goodridge Grygla Chargers victorious over the Stephen-Argyle Storm. The Chargers will play next Thursday at Moorhead High School in the state quarterfinal round, and they'll play the winner of Clearbrook-Gonvick and Fertile Beltrami, another game that's going to be going on here shortly. Pre-game show right now on yourliveevent.com, KRJB, and KKCQ Radio. For the final time this afternoon, we thank our sponsors throughout our broadcast on yourliveevent.com. And also thank you to you, the viewer, for tuning in here on YLE. We thank you for taking us along with you on your Thursday, and we sincerely hope you enjoyed today's game broadcast. Speaking now for James Cardarelli and Joey Hughes, thanking you on the camera on yourliveevent.com, and a big thanks to our engineer Tom Lano back in the KKCQ radio studios. I'm Dawson Peterson, signing off and saying so long as the Goodridge Grygla Chargers defeat the Stephen-Argyle Storm 38-6 from Gate City Bank Field inside the Fargo Dome on yourliveevent.com.